Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia Show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, Mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Commit to the G.
Dog Nation, please welcome the 23rd head men's basketball coach in Georgia history, Mike White.
It is going to happen here at Georgia.
Oh, that's Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner. Backdoor feed on the bounce back. Window with a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball.
Georgia will win it. How about them dogs?
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and welcome to a midweek matinee version of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. We are finally back inside Stegman Coliseum for the first time since December 2nd, as the Bulldogs will host Chattanooga this afternoon here in Athens. Mike White's Bulldogs, 8-3 this season, and fresh off their strongest outing of the year as they dropped Notre Dame by 15 points on Sunday in Atlanta. The Dogs' opponent today, Chattanooga, won the Southern Conference regular season and their tournament last year on their way to a 27-win season and an NCAA tournament appearance. This year might not be quite as fruitful with new faces on the roster and a brand-new head coach, but that remains to be seen. What the 8-4 Mocs do have is one of the top players in any league in the country in Jake Stevens. He's a 7-foot nightmare for opponents, averaging a double-double. He blocks more shots than a bulletproof vest, and he leads the team in assists. Oh, yeah, he strokes the three-pointer to the tune of 48%. Impressive numbers, no doubt. But it's a team game, and this Georgia team appears to be coming together nicely. For the 36th time, and for the first time in 7 years, it's going to be Georgia and the UTC Mocs here this afternoon. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Our producer-engineers, the Road Dog, Adam Gillespie, Luke Nadkarni in our network studios. And we may put Chuck Dowdle on Jake Stevens today. We'll see how he feels about that when we come back to Stegman Coliseum here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for $40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for $2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Hey, welcome back to Athens, Stegman Coliseum, Bulldogs Courtside Show brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. 8-3 Georgia, 8-4 Chattanooga. Chuck Dowdle is here. Dogs coming off arguably their best showing of the season, Chuck, in that win over Notre Dame. Can they carry that over against a pretty good 8-4 Mocs team?
Yeah, well, they better. This team's perfectly capable of beating Georgia, so that they better come out and be ready to play. I'll tell you this, I'm hoping that the crowd continues to filter in here. We got a pretty good start on it. 3 o'clock start during the middle of the week's very unusual, let's face it. But, on the post-game interview on Sunday, I gave everybody permission, if they were out shopping for my Christmas present, they could skip that and come on in. Now I'm getting a little worried that too many of them skipped my Christmas present and are showing up. So those of you who are still out shopping for the present, continue shopping.
Well, a few things have been dropped off at the table down here. So,
yeah, thank goodness.
And we encourage that. Yeah, take a break from shopping. Come on in to Stegman. And the water's just fine in here, and then you can get back out for dinner. It's a short stay, and hopefully a Bulldogs win today. And Dog fans, make sure you check out the official Georgia basketball digital game program each game day at georgiadogs.com/digital. Luke Nadkarni standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He gets us up to date on what else has happened in college hoops. That's coming up right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school. Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas right before the holidays, and down BMW Road, not a driver was stressed, only good vibes flowed. Could it be because one sat in his BMW's plush leather seats, or drove hundreds of miles without a slip in the sleet? Another drove far and yet was not stressed, since she was cruising with intelligent GPS.
I've started guidance.
This holiday season, take on the ultimate drive when you buy a BMW 5 Series X7 or X5.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Luke Nadkarni.
Georgia and Chattanooga coming up at the top of the hour, 3 o'clock. Luke Nadkarni back with you on the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. No highlights yet because we're the first SEC game to take place today. Tipping at 6 o'clock, the 8th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers take on an in-state foe, Austin Peay, who comes in at 6-6 to Thompson Bowling Arena. And at 7 o'clock, the 19th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats look to bounce back from that loss to UCLA. They host Florida A&M, who Georgia beat a couple weeks ago. At 8 o'clock, LSU looks to remain unbeaten down at the PMAC when East Tennessee State visits Baton Rouge. And the 9 o'clock hour features two ranked SEC teams. Number 10, Arkansas, is at home at Bud Walton Arena facing UNC Asheville. And number 23, Auburn, is way out in Seattle. They play Washington, also in a 9 o'clock tip. We'll take a timeout and come back and talk to Georgia head coach Mike White on the other side. Georgia and Chattanooga coming up next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the if in life.
Member FDIC.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Mike White. With the coach, here's Scott Howard.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum as we get ready for Georgia and Chattanooga today. Coach Mike White is here, and Mike, this is a Chattanooga team that's a pretty good club, and we'll talk about Stevens in a second, but your overall thoughts of your opponent today?
Really competitive in every game that they've played. They've won their share, of course, lost a couple really close ones. They're a very good mid-major. They're a team that's got a real chance to be an NCAA tournament team. Keep everything in front, very, very sagging, gap-heavy, swarm to the basketball, make you shoot it from the perimeter defense. Very, very sound. And then offensively, they spray you from multiple positions from three. I mean, they can really, really get it going. I want to say they're second in the country in three-point distribution, meaning obviously they rely on the three as much as anyone in college basketball, including Stevens at 7 foot.
Can you still play your style of game like you did against Notre Dame, pounding the ball inside as well as you did against the Irish, against these guys today?
Yeah, we're going to try from the tip, Scott, but Notre Dame never fired the post. They never doubled Braylon or M.A., just kind of against what they do. If we played them again in a week, I'm not sure if that would change. These guys double, and they've done it in 3 or 4 games. I anticipate them doubling, which means we're going to have to make some shots, but it can't allow Braylon and M.A. to become really tentative and think, okay, it's not my night to get any shots up. So we got to find that happy medium of taking our shot, regardless of whether the double comes early, late, how aggressive it comes. We just got to make basketball plays.
What's your confidence in your three-point defense? You mentioned how well they shoot the threes and how frequently they do. How does that look today?
Our numbers dropped a little bit against Notre Dame. I want to say we're still hovering in the top 25-ish, but we've been top 10-ish for most of this early season. We got to get back to that today. We got to close out quickly, early stunts to early recovers with high hands, make shooters bounce the ball. We don't want to say run them off the line because they'll shot fake sidesteps through you. So we want to make them bounce it into gaps, into the white line on the baseline. We'll be in our side defense. We can't go under any of those ball screens or handbacks with Stevens at the top of the key. That said, we can't get out and be too much in those passing lanes too because they're really good. We call them burns, those backdoor cuts from the slots off the dribble ats from Stevens. So we're going to be under our defenders, under the guys that we're guarding, and a little bit more man-conscious, not in the gap, so we don't get backdoored.
So Jake Stevens, who we've been referring to here, 7-footer, coming off a 30-20 game, leads the team in assists, block shots. I mean, how do you defend a guy like that?
I don't think I've ever gotten 32 and 20 in a noon ball game. Even playing against my twins at 13 years old, golly, he's a handful. He's had a good career, but he's really stepped it up this year against a tougher schedule. He's just really developed. He's locked in, and he could do it all. I mean, he's a guy that's going to, Lord willing, and if this is what he wants to do, he's going to be making money playing basketball for a long time.
So, what do you do with your bigs on him? If he plays out away from the basket, does he do that?
Yeah, it would be easy to say we're going to switch everything, but if we want to pound the ball and play through arguably our best offensive player in Braylon Bridges, we can't do that, and so we'll play differently with different lineups out there. With M.A. and Frank at the 5, we'll do some switching of everything. With Braylon, we'll try trial and error, but we don't want to get him in foul trouble. We don't want him moving on the perimeter a ton. We want him on the interior as much as possible. We might try some zone, but we've got to pressure him at the top of the key. We've got to trace the ball on his lateral dribbles because they turn into bounce pass, backdoor passes. On the interior, we're going to fire him. We have to fire him, we feel like. If we're doing a really good job and we feel like we can go back to solo in the post, we'll do that and call the fire off. And then for him defensively, we want to go at him. We want to go right at him. And I'm hoping they don't fire, but if they do fire, we'll have to adjust. But either way, we're going to have to try to make him defend as much as possible, try to put him in ball screens, and try to post him up as well.
Mike, thanks for the knowledge. Good luck today.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Mike White. Georgia and Chattanooga coming up. We've got the lineups for you right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, to check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of this state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
To the G.
Dog Nation, please welcome the 23rd head men's basketball coach in Georgia history, Mike White.
It is going to happen here at Georgia.
Oh, that's Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner. Backdoor feed on the bounce pass. Window with a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball.
Georgia will win it. How about them dogs?
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Yeah, we've got basketball coming up in a matter of moments. Let's give you the starting lineups for your 8-3 Georgia Bulldogs. Head coach Mike White will send Terry Roberts and Cario Oquindo to the floor. 6'3 senior from North Amityville, New York for Terry. Cario is 6'4 junior from Titusville, Florida. They're joined by Mardrez McBride, a 6'2 guard from Augusta, Georgia. M.A. Moncrief, 6'8 junior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And Braylon Bridges, 6'11, fifth-year player from Atlanta. It's the Dogs and Chattanooga coming up momentarily here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
All right, Chuck has pulled the keys out of his pocket. He's ready to give them to us. Our keys are driven by the Ford F-150. Check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Bulldogs, at your local Ford dealer. Chuck Dowdle with our keys to the game.
And you know what, Scott? I'm looking up. There are too many people here. That means they're not out shopping for my present.
You're still stuck on that.
I'm looking up at all those lights in the stands. All right, here we go. First thing first, get your head straightened right now. Get out of the holiday spirit and get focused. These guys are very capable of being the Grinches who stole Christmas. So let's get our heads on right and understand we got business to take care of today. Secondly, you got to watch the Mox Jake Stevens. You know, he leads his team in every category, including height and weight. He's a matchup problem underneath at 7 feet tall, and he can step out and shoot the three when he's where he's hitting 48%. So you can see the problem he's going to cause. If we can get him in foul trouble early, that might be a good approach offensively. Go at him, drive at him, see if you can get him in foul trouble. And then finally, we're undefeated on our home floor this year, 6-0. Let's make sure that Christmas morning when we're opening those packages, we're 7-0.
I like that. I like that last key the best when you talked about opening the packages.
Yeah.
Our tip-off is coming up. It's brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Our tip-off sponsor. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Chattanooga in the navy blue and gold uniforms, a little bit of white. Georgia goes with the grays today, or the silver uniforms, if you will, a little black and red trim. And we're almost ready for the tip. Georgia at 8-3, Chattanooga at 8-4. The Mocs coached by Dan Earl in his first season in Chattanooga, his 8th year overall. He spent 7 years previously as the head coach at VMI before taking the job in Chattanooga. And that's where Jake Stevens was prior to this year. He's a graduate transfer from VMI. 7 foot, 275. He's in the center circle for the Mocs. And Georgia will go with M.A. Moncrief in the jump circle, 6'8", 215, transfer from Oklahoma State. Our referees today, Doug Shows, Olandis Poole, and Bharat Ramanan. Crowd on its feet here at Stegman. Good crowd today for a 3 o'clock holiday matinee.
It really is. I mean, it's just nice to see. Nice to see. But you know what? People are excited about this Georgia team, and with a good reason.
Here's the toss and the tap, and the Mocs are going to have first possession as Stevens wins the opening tip. Chattanooga with the basketball first, and they go right to Stevens on the first pass of the game. He hands it off to White, curls around for a three, pops it quickly. Dalvin White, the 5'10 guard, a transfer from USC Upstate, makes it 3-0. Roberts sends it across into the front court to McBride. Now Terry holds it high, gets it back between the circles. Goes to Moncrief above the left elbow. Backdoor pass to McBride. Catches on the left block. Slides to a stop. Has it stripped out of his hand by Chattanooga. The Dogs will inbound with 13 on the possession clock, and Roberts will throw it in left of the basket. 3-0. Chattanooga hits a three on their first possession. Georgia working its first possession of the game. Oquendo top of the key with 7 to Moncrief. Takes it at the elbow, sends it into the corner. Here comes a three from Roberts. Skims the iron, no good. Rebound, Chattanooga. A.J. Caldwell, transfer from South Alabama, brings it in. Stevens with the ball. Bridges is on him, keeping it out around the circle. Above the arc, shot fake, hands off on the wing. Chattanooga basketball, Jamal Johnson, off-balance three. There's 2 in a row.
Well, this is what they do, Scott. You know, we talked about it pre-game. They love to shoot the three.
And it's 6-0 Chattanooga. Yeah, they shoot it well. They average about 30 a game, and they make 12 a game, which is second or third best in the country as far as number of makes. And they shoot it close to 40%. Roberts for 3 to answer, and that's good. Scana Energy 3, Terry Roberts to cut the deficit in half. 6-3, the first points for the Dogs this afternoon. Mox with the basketball. Here's Stevens' first try for 3. All net, good. That's 3 straight possessions and 3 straight threes, and Mike White says, I've seen enough of that. Timeout.
I'll tell you what he's seen enough of. He's seen enough of them getting good looks from behind the arc. Look, you give them credit if they work for a shot and are defended and still make it. But when they're just getting wide open looks, you're not quite as generous as a head coach.
So Stevens hits one. Chuck, he's at 48%. Dalvin White has one. He's at 52%. And Jamal Johnson, he's the low man on the totem pole. He's only 33% on his three-point makes.
You know what? I don't care what their percentage is coming into this. What I care is what they shoot here, and we can affect that with defense. And that's what Mike White's telling them right now. That, look, yeah, they may be good three-point shooters, but they're better three-point shooters when you leave them alone.
The Dogs have done well against the three coming in. 12th game of the season. We've defended the three to the tune of 28% for the opponents. And Georgia will go with some substitutions now. He subbed everybody out. Look at that. All 5 starters are gone. Frank Anselm is in. Juice Holt is in. Justin Hill, Jalen Ingram, and Jackson Etter. That's our 5 now.
And Jackson getting some minutes here early.
We're looking for some energy here early on. It's 9-3, the Mocs lead. They trap in the backcourt. Juice bounce pass to Hill. Diagonal into the front side to Etter. He scoops it back to Holt across the timeline. We played 2 minutes, and the Mocs have a 6-point lead. Anselm's got it, left elbow, back to the basket, over to Ingram. Shot fake from 3, pulls it down and rips the 3. Good, right wing. Jalen Ingram, Scana Energy 3 to make it 9-6.
And let me tell you something. We have now, on consecutive possessions, done the best thing you can do when they're hitting threes. We've answered with threes.
So is that what it's going to be today? A 3-point shooting contest? There's another one by Chattanooga from the left wing. Demetrius Davis off the rim with his miss. Rebound to the Dogs. Hill attacks, kick out to Juice across the top of the key. He dribbles, throws to the wing, nearly stolen by Chattanooga. Dogs keep the possession. Ingram for 3, short, hits the side of the rim from the right corner. Rebound to the Mocs. 9-6, Chattanooga leads. They've got the ball. Davis attacks through the lane. Running layup attempt, too high off the glass, won't go. Rebound, Jalen Ingram. Dogs run the floor the other way. Yes, indeed. He got a piece of it. Here's Holt, not going to pull the trigger. Fires across to Etter. Goes up for a short 2, knocked out of his hands. He recovers, throws a pass into the corner, and out of bounds into the Moccasins bench, down to the left, and it'll be Chattanooga basketball. UTC with the ball and a 3-point lead.
Frank Anselm just did a great job defensively a while ago, getting up in the air and just getting a little bit of a hand on that, deflecting that shot. It is nice to have a rim protector.
Dogs with a little 2-1-2 pressure. Got a deflection, could get the loose ball, however. Chattanooga has it in front court. 3-point lead, 9-6 for the Mocs. Here's Big Stevens. Handoff, he sets the screen. White drives and shoots behind him. Good. Right, he fronted the basket and got a little 12-footer to go in there. It's 11-6. Hill works inside against a lot of traffic. Has it deflected away his short shot. Chattanooga pushes it up the floor quickly. And the ball hits Doug Schau's, the referee, in the corner right in front of our bench.
Well, you know what? I think he actually thought Doug was one of his teammates. Look at this now. Jabri just ripped off his shirt to come in, but he took off his jersey with it. He doesn't have a jersey on.
Well, you can't check into the game without that, can you? He's still got his practice stuff on underneath.
Oh, my goodness.
Dogs down 5 with the basketball. Hill into the front court. Georgia working down to our left. And Hill at the foul line changes directions, pivots, skips it back to Eder above the arc on the right side of the floor. One-handed pass goes to Juice with 8. Juiceon pulls the trigger, jumper straight on, won't go. Rebound at the top of the key, taken by A.J. Caldwell for the Mocs. They don't waste any time, nail another 3 from the left side, and that's Jamal Johnson with his second. 14-6, Chattanooga. My goodness. 3-3-3. Dogs attack inside. Floater never reaches the rim by Hill. Mocs lose the rebound. Hill picks it up, tries to put it back in. The 7-footer's waiting on him and rejects the shot. Stevens blocked it. Chattanooga basketball. 14-6. They lead early by 8. We haven't played 5 minutes yet. Stevens trying to back his man down. He's matched up with Anselm. We come with help defense from Ingram, and they strip him and knock the ball out of his hands, but it's touched out last by Georgia. It'll be the Mocs ball on the baseline in the front court. Timeout, 15-20. UTC bringing it early. They lead by 8, 14-6 on Georgia on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
New season, new coach. Sometimes it's best to change direction and get a fresh start. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. If you're in construction, maybe you need a new start too. Come join our team of over 5,000 electrical workers. Better pay and benefits, superior training, and safer working conditions with an army of people who have your back. Visit IBEW613.org and click Join Our Team. Go Dogs!
Hey, Bulldog fans, when you need to see a game, you know where to go. Head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
Scott, the story of this game right now is being told by the hot shooting Mocs, and I mean hot shooting, when they're hitting just for the shooting of the field goals alone, 71%. But from behind the arc, they're shooting 80%. And the one thing you do know, that won't stand. That won't stand. But beyond that, the Dogs need to get it well below 50. We need to get them below what they normally shoot.
Dogs sub again out of the timeout. Mocs inbound it to Stevens. Right side of the floor. Bridges is back in the game. Jabri's in the game. Roberts is back in. Moncrief and Juice Holtz. White flips it to Stevens to his left. 4 to shoot. Has trouble with the dribble. Moncrief bodies up on him. Air ball. Shot clock violation. Stevens wanted body contact and a foul. Didn't get the call on the far side of the floor. Well, Dogs are going to have possession.
I can tell you were asking me earlier before the game if scouts were drooling over this guy. They may be about a lot of things. One of the things they won't be is now that's twice in the past 40 seconds I've seen him complaining to officials. They hate guys that whine to referees because when you're doing that, you're not paying attention to what you're supposed to be doing.
Dogs with the ball, down 8. We go into Bridges. He attacks Stevens. Turns on the block, can't spin it in off the rim. It rolls down, rebound to the Mocs.
First miss in a game. In over a game.
Yeah, he was 9 for 9 in the win over Notre Dame on Sunday. 18 points. Johnson for 3 with Stevens setting a massive screen. Missed it off the rim. That's 2 misses on threes now. Moncrief crossover for Georgia. Drives left edge of the lane, kicking it into the corner. Roberts has it now in his hands. He slows it down a little bit. 14:20 on the clock first half. It's 14-6. Chattanooga leads. We go to Braylon Bridges again, trying to spin by the 7-footer. And his pivots, and he's called for traveling. He was trying to pivot one direction, then the other, and ended up going in a circle and dragging his feet. Dogs turn it over, down 8. A.J. Caldwell's going to come back in the ball game. Jamal Johnson checks out for Dan Earle's team. Caldwell, a veteran player, redshirt senior, South Alabama. Played there only one season. This is his 5th year at UTC. He's got the ball in his hands right now, guarded by Holt. Beats Stevens, almost at the three-point line. Now he dribbles left, hands it off with a little scoop to Caldwell. Back to Stevens, fakes the 3, dribbles into the edge of the lane. Back to Caldwell. He's going to get into the paint. Over to the right side, Hankton's 3 rattles out, no good. K.C. Hankton, a 6'7" transfer from St. Louis. They miss another 3 now, and the rebound rattles out of bounds, and Georgia's going to inbound it. Moncrief throws it into Roberts. They try to press in the backcourt. One pass to Bridges on the front side. Roberts has it now, high left wing, going to shoot a 3. No good, off the back of the rim and around and off. Rebounded by Jamal Walker, a 6'5" guard from Chattanooga. Now little Robinson, smallest guy on the floor, Brody Robinson at 5'10", and that might be a stretch. Hands it off to the big guy. They miss another 3 off the rim. Oh, you're right about the 80 percentile range on the 3, Chuck.
Yeah, well,
it's already dropped. Offensive foul on the Dogs. Moncrief drives through Robinson, says Olandis Poole.
Mike White not happy, and I don't blame him. Look, I understand that you know, you give the defender a little bit of leeway, but he wasn't anywhere nearly set, nor was he, trying to hold his ground. What he was doing was he was giving ground the entire way.
Well, the collision looked good. It looked more grotesque for the smaller player.
He
yes.
sold it, yeah. And I'm not going to complain as long as we've got Jackson Eder on our team. Jackson's really good at that.
Dan Earle going deep into his bench here in the first half. They lead Georgia by 8. We've had a little bit of a scoring drought recently. Stevens stays on the floor, though. He doesn't go anywhere. Robinson, the little guy, dribbling on the wing. They feed it into the post to Stevens. Backdoor feed on a slash is deflected and stolen by the Dogs. One pass up ahead to Carrio. He draws a crowd. Triple teamed, and he still gets between them and muscles it up and in. Oquendo with his first points.
Yeah, and Carrio was hoping for that foul call, too. And he was a candidate for it because he had plenty of guys contesting it.
3 blue shirts surrounding him. It's 14-8. Chattanooga basketball, and they have a 6-point lead. Robinson, the little guard out front, freshman from Houston, Texas, goes to Caldwell along the baseline. He'll send a pass into the corner. 3 ball got tipped out of the left corner and comes down to Moncrief. He gives it to Oquendo, carries it into the front side. Back to M.A., distributes right corner to Roberts. Bounce feed inside to Moncrief, off his body. It's rolling away from him. They wrestle for the ball. We're trying to reach in and tie it up, and I think that's the call. It's a tie-up, and the Dogs have the arrow. Moncrief and Roberts were able to tie up the loose rolling ball down on the right baseline, and they'll keep the possession. 15 on the clock, 12:03 to go first half. It's 14-8, UTC leads. Sam Alexis, a 6'9" freshman forward, will come into the game, as well as Christian Corsalt, a 2-time transfer from Nevada, and then Houston Christian, formerly Houston Baptist. He's a 6'2" guard from California. Dogs with the ball, shot clock under 10. Roberts has it, left-handed, one-handed pass to Jabri, high on the left wing. Screened by Moncrief, he rolls. Jabri for 3 with 1 on the clock, off the rim, won't go. Rebound, we keep it alive. Offensive board, Moncrief. Dogs working around the perimeter. Abdur Rahim going to attack this time, slashes into the paint, and they foul him on the way into the lane.
Boy, that's something I'd like to see us do more of.
That's on A.J. Caldwell, and maybe we will after the timeout. 11:41 to go, first half. UTC 14, Georgia 8. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures, and of course he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas right before the holidays and down BMW Road, not a driver was stressed, only good vibes flowed. Could it be because one sat in his BMW's plush leather seats, or drove hundreds of miles without a slip in the sleet? Another drove far and yet was not stressed, since she was cruising with intelligent GPS.
I've started guidance.
This holiday season, take on the ultimate drive when you buy a BMW 5 Series X7 or X5.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you have to drive 300 miles to your cousin's wedding. Okay, so it's his fourth. But you know what they say, fourth time's the charm. Well, here's the problem. Your tires are as bald as I am. But lucky for you, eBay Motors has tires for just about every make and model. Plus wheels, lug nuts, jack stands, and more. 122 million parts. Do they have tissues? Oh, good, because I'm definitely a crier. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Well, the Mocs got off to a fast start. They were up 8 thanks to a bombardment of early threes. It was 14-6, but they are in a little bit of a scoring drought now. They haven't scored a point in the last 4 minutes and change. Of course, Georgia's not helping its own cause. The Bulldogs are 1 for the last 9 from the field, and there's still a 2-possession, 6-point lead for the Mocs. They're up 14-8. Dogs out of the huddle with Jalen Ingram, the 7th-year man from Madison, Georgia, Terry Roberts, Jabri Abdur-Rahim, Cario Oquindo, and Frank Anselm. We've got Jabri at the free throw line. He's got 2 shots coming up. Hey, let's go in the huddle with Chuck Downall. Chuck was just in the huddle with the coach and the team, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union. Banking on purpose. Chuck, give us some knowledge.
All right, first thing first was he wants better communication on defense. Secondly, and perhaps the most important thing, is he wants us to do a better job on the offensive glass. We've had 9 misses, only 2 offensive rebounds.
Abdur-Rahim makes both foul shots to make it 14-10, and then pressure by Georgia in the backcourt, forcing Chattanooga to use a little time and energy to get the ball into their half-court set, which largely has consisted of 3-point shots. Caldwell with the ball.
Mike was making the point that two offensive rebounds out of 9 misses is definitely not where we want to be.
Sam Alexis, the big freshman at 6'9", works against Anselm. Jump hook on the baseline spin. He didn't beat the clock. Shot clock expires for the second time, and the Mocs will turn it over. Alexis was running out of time and was just putting the shot up.
Well,
as the buzzer sounded.
And Scott, we need to make hay here while Stevens is on the bench.
No doubt. Roberts with the ball, front court left for Georgia. Left-hand dribble for Terry, the transfer from Bradley. Former first-team Missouri Valley Conference player. Ingram for 3, admires the miss. Hit the front of the rim. And the rebound down to Chattanooga. Mocs with the ball, leading by 4 now. Work against Anselm on the block, the big guy, and the freshman Sam Alexis gets fouled by number 5. Anselm with the violation, his first, team second, and that'll put Alexis from Apopka, Florida on the free throw line. 60% foul shooter this year, 12 of 20. Averages 5 points, 4 boards a game for the Mocs.
Just a shade short.
Alexis' second free throw is also no good, although that one was long. This one short.
That's what you call overcorrecting.
Dogs rebound it, get it up the floor in a hurry. Jabri's going to try a deep left wing three. That hits the side of the rim.
He got fouled.
There was no whistle. There's a rebound to Chattanooga. They're still up 4. Georgia has yet to play in front. Almost 10 minutes into the game. There's the travel on the big freshman.
Georgia basketball.
Well, they don't leave Stevens out long, do they?
Well, Alexis turned it over twice in his time on the floor. He had a shot clock violation and a travel.
That doesn't mean that they couldn't leave him out there. Been fine with me.
Kind of like your thinking there. Dogs get it back. Stevens back on the floor, as Chuck pointed out. And Roberts with the basketball. To Abdul Rahim, attacks from above the arc, sends it into the corner to Ingram. He slides into the paint, puts it up with the left hand, good.
They were all looking at his right hand. He flipped it over to his left hand and put it in there.
Right in the middle of the paint, he just pushed it up and in with a lefty. 14-12. Dogs have scored the last 6. Chattanooga hasn't scored in a long time, a drought of 6 minutes and change. They've got the ball here with White. He attacks through the paint, kicks it into the corner. A three, gonna nestle in there good, and we fouled him on the shot. 4-point play opportunity coming up. Foul was on Jabri. That's his first. And we put Johnson on the line, who just hit his third 3 of the game. And now he's got an opportunity for a 4-point play.
Jamal Johnson going to the line for the Bucks.
Jamal Johnson, he's been a busy guy in his college basketball career. Started at Memphis, then went to Auburn, then to UAB, and now to UTC. Free throw is good. His 4th school for the 5th-year player. 10 points for Johnson.
Sounds like JT Daniels.
Yeah, he's got a
different
another
sport.
jersey to wear now, doesn't he?
Yeah, four schools.
He's been a Trojan and a Bulldog and a Mountaineer and now an Owl. 18-12, lead back to 6 for the Mocs. Georgia with the basketball. Oquendo dribbles with the right hand. 7 on the clock for Cario. Works above the arc. Now attacks the basket. Oh, terrific. He exploded to the rim and spun it in off the window. Good.
They isolated Cario with his defender, and then that was a mismatch. He can have that all day long.
You know, we hear Kirby talk about twitch. He had twitch on that play. Cario as he explodes to the basket. 3-corner in the right corner. 3-pointer from the right corner is no good by Chattanooga. Georgia gets another opportunity. Down 4. Ingram with the alley-oop lob to Anselm, who flushes it home with 2 hands.
Well, let me tell you, Anselm had the easy part of that play. That was a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass from Jalen Ingram.
18-16. Mocs with the basketball. Johnson, Stevens at the free throw line, sets a screen, gives it to a guard. They go inside, deflected out of bounds. White tried a bounce pass through the lane to Demetrius Davis on the left block, and Georgia got a hand on the ball and knocked it away over the baseline. Chattanooga will have it with only 7 seconds on the shot clock. Up 2 now, 18-16. Georgia still hasn't led, but they're creeping back in this thing after being down 8 early on. White feeds it into Johnson. Jump pass up to Stevens. We run at him with Ingram. He goes inside awkwardly. We knock the ball out of his hand. A steal. McBride has it for the Dogs. Mardrez going to drive in. They reject it on the other end. Right back to Chattanooga. Now White going on the other end. He's blocked by Terry Roberts. We take it out of the air. McBride diagonal into the front court to Oquendo.
Oh, just a nice defensive recovery by the Dogs.
Roberts with a slowdown, walks to his right, now back to his left with the left-hand dribble. To the basket he goes. Oh, he floated it up there too gingerly, and it never made it. He had a good look at it.
Oh, he had a wide open look at it.
Didn't get it up to the rim enough. It almost wedged between the rim and the backboard. Chattanooga has the basketball. Stevens works against Anselm. Passes over the defender to Hankton, cutting along the baseline. And the ball off his hands and out of bounds. We may have gotten a hand on that.
Yeah, we did. It's still
going to be their ball. And we got a timeout with 7:21 to go. First half, UTC still leads Georgia, but the margin is only 2. It's 18-16. Mox over the Dogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hey there, UGA fans. This fall, Dunkin' is ready for you to fall hard. So when you hear those leaves rustling and see those pumpkins getting ripe and ready, it's time to eat, sleep, and drink pumpkin at Dunkin'. Take your pick of pumpkin with delicious muffins, munchkins, and donuts, and pair them with a classic pumpkin spice signature latte or the ultra-smooth pumpkin cream cold brew, topped with silky pumpkin cream cold foam, all so you can fall harder. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
UTC leading Georgia here with 7:21 to go first half. And let's recap the first half for you, brought to you by Regions and the Regions Visa debit card. Visit Regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. The Mocs jumped out to an early 14-6 lead thanks to 4 of 5 on three-pointers in the early minutes of the ballgame. Since that time, however, they've hit 1 of their last 6. And their shooting percentage has gone from 71% down to 40%. The Dogs are playing some defense. We've got a handful of blocked shots already. And Georgia has not led yet, but they've closed the gap. It's a 2-point game, 18-16.
And that three-point shooting, which they love, has fallen from 80% down to 45%.
Mox with the basketball. Halfway into the shot clock. 3 ball from the left corner.
Missed it again.
By White.
We had a hand in their face.
Dogs rebound and run. Hill's penetration pass to the wing is deflected and stolen by Chattanooga. Mox take it back the other way. White scoops it to Stevens, who gives it to Caldwell for a 3. And that's all net from the left wing. A.J. Caldwell, his first points of the game. That's their 6th 3 of the half. It's 21-16. Dogs ball. Hill walks it to the left wing, standing at the hash in front of their bench. Now goes to Oquendo, who attacks a double team down the right edge of the lane, knocked to the floor. There's a whistle at the end of the play. Well, it's going to be a foul on the Mocs.
I just like us so much better when we're slashing to the basket, putting it on the floor and dribble driving. I think better things happen for us. In this case, 2 free throws.
For Oquendo, who is a 79% free throw shooter this season, was 5 of 6 in the win against Notre Dame on Sunday in Atlanta. Hits his first free throw here this afternoon. He's got 5 points in the game now. 21-17 is our score.
Yeah, he ties for our lead scorer. And now takes the lead.
Back-to-back free throws by Cario. He checks out. Jabri back in. Holt on the floor as well. Mardrez McBride comes out. Braylon Bridges, Hill, Moncrief, Holt, and Jabri. That's our 5. Chattanooga basketball. They beat the pressure, sprinted into the front court with A.J. Caldwell up the near sideline. Overhead pass, middle of the floor, goes to Dalvin White, the transfer from USC Upstate. White, high left wing, uses a screen from Stevens, gives him the ball, the big 7-footer, Works against Bridges now, right of the paint. We send defensive help for him. They rotate the ball into the right corner, and Jamal Johnson, the four-time transfer, misses a three. Dogs rebound.
We had guys running at him.
Hill stops, pops, wedged between the rim and the backboard. They go to the arrow. It'll be UTC ball. Hill's shot just wedged right in there next to the rim and the backboard on the right side. So the Mocs will have possession and a 3-point lead with 6:06 to go in the half. Georgia will get Terry Roberts back in. Justin Hill comes out. Jamal Johnson waiting to inbound, looking. Now they have to come back to the ball, and Caldwell takes the inbound pass. Give it back to Johnson. He'll take it up the far sideline into the front court. Johnson dribbles through the legs, distributes to his left to Corsalt. To the big guy, Stevens passes it in the middle to Caldwell. He juggled it.
Throw it in the backcourt.
On the baseline, yeah. He tried to get it out of trouble because we had him pinned on the baseline, and he threw it into the backcourt.
I got to tell you something. Georgia's defense is suddenly just looking all world. I mean, and by the way, since Chattanooga was 4 for 5 from the three-point line, from behind the line, they are now 1 for 7. I mean, we're tightening up. We're running guys now at them behind the line, pinning them on the baseline, doing all the things defensively that Mike White wants to see this team do.
We can tie with a 3 if that's the route we take on this possession. Roberts around the perimeter, feeds it inside. Bridges back to the basket. Bumps Stevens. Puts it up with the left hand. Good. Over the 7-footer. Scooped it up and in with the left. Braylon with his first points of the game. It's 21-20. Dogs down 1. Mocs with the ball. Into the front court they come. Moving it rapidly around the perimeter. Stevens has it left elbow. Hands it off. Penetrate and kick out to Corsalt above the arc on the right side. 10 to shoot. They go back inside. Johnson hesitates. Draws a crowd. Pumps it up and in. Won't go. Gets his own miss. Kick out for a 3. Corsalt misses. Another offensive rebound, Chattanooga. Another tap out. Johnson has it back. He attacks. Spin move off the backboard from the right side. It won't go. We foul him.
Yeah, MA got him, so they'll shoot a couple. But I got to tell you, though, I love watching Georgia play defense right now. My goodness.
They're active, aren't they?
Yeah, if we'd have started this way. We did not start this way, and Mike White took an early timeout, and he sat down all 5 of his starters.
Johnson, free throw number 1 is good. He's their leading scorer with 11. And M.A. Moncrief going to have to come out of the ball game, I would imagine, after picking up his second foul. And he comes out and Carrio back in. So Roberts and Oquendo, Bridges, Jabri, and Holt. That's our 5. While the Mocs have one more free throw to go. They lead by 2, 22-20. And Jamal Johnson, who had 14 in their loss to Belmont on Sunday afternoon, at the line. Right-handed release, free throw up and in. He hit them both. 3 for 3 from the line with a dozen points. 23-20. Mocs lead the Dogs. First meeting since November of 2015 for these two teams. There's a foul on Chattanooga down deep as the Dogs trying to get into their set.
Boy, and with Stevens out now, we got Braylon in. Boy, I'd be looking for Braylon underneath. Stevens is sitting over on the bench, and that's a mismatch underneath with Braylon there.
Foul's caught on Casey Hankton, transfer from St. Louis at 6'7". That's his first and the team's third. Dogs with the basketball, 4:30 on the clock, 4:39 rather. Oquendo for 3 on the pass from Roberts, won't go. Offensive rebound, Bridges. He attacks, puts it back up and in with the left hand, good. Braylon hit his sweet spot right in the middle of the paint.
Well, we've got that mismatch underneath right now.
23-22, Dogs trail by 1. Still haven't led in the half. 3 ball, Corsalt, right corner, good.
Jabri got there just a shade late.
4-point lead for the Mocs, 26-22, Dogs ball. 7 3-pointers by the Moccasins in the first half. They have 8 field goals and 7 threes. Bridges, they won't let him budge on the block. Kicks it out to Roberts. Roberts has it knocked out of his hands, bounces high in the air off the floor. Chattanooga with a steal. Here's a three. They launched it from the right corner. Jamal Walker, that's their 8th three-pointer. In his first, and the lead grows to 7 quickly.
Well, we didn't have transition defense that time.
29-22. 3:28 to go, first half. Dogs ball. Bridges trying to bump against Hankton on the left block. Oh, right-handed this time. Jump hook right over it. They can't stop that one or contain it. He's got 6. It's 29-24.
Well, I mean, he's got such a size advantage underneath there.
And both hands. He's shown the left hand twice, and now he gave him the right hand. 3-ball straight on by Chattanooga, won't go by Hankton. Rebound torn down there off the rim by Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Dogs down 5 with the ball. Less than 3 minutes to go first half. 29-24. Mocs lead. They've led the entire half. Ball knocked out of the hands of Braylon Bridges. They poked it away. He recovered it. Feeds Jabri on the left side. Runs into a double team on the left block. They block his shot and take it away. Chattanooga basketball. This is a veteran Moccasin team. Corsalt backs it up now, and a timeout called by Dan Earl back on the Mocs bench. Back to our left. And this will be a full timeout with 2:30 to go in the first half. Chattanooga leads Georgia 29-24. Breaking the action. Come back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Why do challenge flags only exist in football? Think how useful they'd be in real life. Like when you're positive it's not your turn to walk the dog. Challenge flag. The neighbor's kid says it wasn't their ball that dented your car door. Challenge flag. Your friend paid you back, but you definitely don't remember that? Boom. Challenge flag. Imagine settling a disagreement with an instant replay. Why isn't the world like that? I guess it's because it's technically impossible. But it's nice to dream about. You know one thing no one would ever challenge? Protecting your home and auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
Time to spotlight the first half's best in-game stats, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. And we look at points in the paint for the second straight game for Georgia. That's definitely a strength for the Bulldogs. Georgia with 12 points in the paint already. Chattanooga 0 points in the paint, and half our total is coming
That's amazing
inside.
when you got a 7-footer. That's almost, you know.
Well, all of their scoring is coming from three-point range.
Three-point range.
They've got 9 baskets and 8 threes. And 3 free throws. That's all they're scoring. They've got 1 2-point basket, 8 3-pointers. They've got the ball and lead by 5, 29-24. They run their offense constantly in motion is Chattanooga. Stevens flashes out for a 3, straight on, good. The 7-footer with his second 3-pointer of the game, 32-24. Well, they are stroking it today. 3-point range, 9th 3 of the half. Oh, backdoor feed to Roberts from Ingram. Sneaks in there and scores on a left-handed layup from the left side.
Just left his defender standing out by the free throw line. 32-26.
Chattanooga leads. Corsalt down the lane. Anselm closes with a serious block shot. Wow. It just came out of nowhere from the left side.
Yeah, they got to get somebody up there about mid of that section to throw him back the basketball. He put that one way up in the stands.
He was wide open, and then Big Frank came in flying in there and rejected it over the right baseline. Mox inbound, try a three from the far corner, off the rim, no good. Rebound to the Dogs. Oquendo into the front court, pass to the wing, anticipated by Corsalt, got a hand on it and deflects it into the courtside seats. Dogs will keep possession. 1:43 to go in the half, and we're down 6, 32-26. Terry Roberts will throw it in. Front court, far sideline. Overhead to Oquendo. Fakes left, drives right, and a foul by Caldwell for the Mocs. He got hands on Cario as
that's what
he bought
do.
the fake and then was going by him, so he got the hands on Oquendo.
And that's the natural reaction. When you see that guy going by you and you know that there's nobody back there to help you, you're going to push him.
Only the fourth team foul on Chattanooga. Georgia will throw it in with Roberts on the right baseline to Anselm. Give it back to Terry. Dribbles it high up on the right wing. Walks it back towards the half-court line. Slow left-hand dribble. Lob to Anselm. Foul line extended right. Near side to Ingram. Three ball. Back rim won't go. Rebound tipped away from Holt, but we pick it up out on the perimeter. Feed it back into Anselm underneath. He spins it up from the left side. Kicks off the iron. No good. But a foul on the play. And that's going to send Frank Anselm to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. Fouls on Jamal Johnson for UTC. His first, number 5 on the Mocs.
Frank almost got that three-point play the old-fashioned way, didn't he?
Just about. Anselm, the 6'10 transfer from Syracuse. 69% this season. Right-handed shooter. All net on the free throw. Good. Georgia leads the all-time series between these two programs. 30 wins, 5 losses. 23-4 their record in Athens, but these guys won here in the last meeting back in November of 2015 in an overtime affair, 92-90. Anselm connects on both foul shots. 4-point lead for the Mocs. Pressure in the backcourt. Uh-oh, look out. They beat the press with Corsalt. Anselm drives back to defend the basket, and they call a foul on him. That got Mike White up off his. He had just taken the seat at the head of the bench for Georgia, and that got him out of his chair. That's the second foul on Frank. Moncrief with 2. Bridges will have to come back into the ball game. And it'll be Christian Corsalt, 2-time transfer from Los Angeles, shooting foul shots. Free throw up and in, good. Chattanooga also shoots free throws pretty well, 71% as a team this season. Left-handed shooter, free throw. That one rolls off the back of the rim and falls down on the front side to Juice Holt. Dogs have the rebound on the missed foul shot. They go 1 of 2. 5-point lead for the Mocs. 64 seconds to go in the half. Georgia has the ball. Roberts guarded in a man-to-man. Now goes to the right. Now it's a zone for UTC. Oquendo left side to Ingram behind the back dribble. Down the lane. Sweeping left-handed layup. Good. Bounced on the far side of the rim. He got the bounce and the roll. Look at Jalen Ingram.
I did not think that had a prayer.
I'm with you.
Oh.
He got a kind bounce. It's a 3-point game, 33-30. Chattanooga's led the entire half. Can the Dogs finish in the last 30 seconds? Stevens for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Ingram. 2 on 3. He's going to slow it down. They go reaching for the ball. Gets it over to Juice. 21 seconds to go. Dogs can hold for the final shot. Shot clock is off. Mike will not use the timeout. He used one earlier in the half. 12 seconds to go. Roberts just slowly dribbling on the logo. 8 seconds. We go into play. They put their hands on Roberts, but there was no whistle. Terry, bounce feed down to Bridges. Knocked away by Chattanooga. They shoot at half court. Almost made the 3 at the end of the horn, or into the half.
Well,
as the horn sounds, but the shot is no good.
I wonder if Mike had it to do over again if he'd have called the timeout. Because, as it turns out, was kind of a sloppy play there, and you didn't want that. But nevertheless, look, Dogs made a good run here toward the end of the half to get it back within 3. Now they've got to come out and play with that same kind of intensity defensively that they did after about the first 6 minutes of the game. I mean, that's when, they fell way behind and had to use that defense, which they used very well, because when they ratcheted it up, they really ratcheted it up. I mean, suddenly, the Mocs were having problems getting decent shots, decent looks. They had guys in their face, couldn't hit the 3, and things started to go the Dogs' way. Let's keep it that way.
Chattanooga with 21 first half three-point attempts. They made 9. Just crazy shooting by the Moccasins. They lead Georgia by 3, 33-30 at intermission. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime report. Luke Nadkarni standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios to tell you all about it next. Halftime in Athens, Georgia down 3 to Chattanooga, 33-30 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Georgia can take home another national championship title. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in Athens, get the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Tap to pay contactless card technology and Lock-It card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit Regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power. Proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's your host, Luke Nadkarni.
Dogs trail Chattanooga 33-30 at Stegman Coliseum in the final game before Christmas, midway through, and we welcome you into the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios for the Georgia Power Halftime Report. I'm Luke Nadkarni, and we are currently the only SEC game going on right now. 6 o'clock tip between number 8 Tennessee and in-state foe Austin Peay from the Thompson Bowling Arena as the Vols look to remain unbeaten on their home floor. Tipping at 7 o'clock, number 19 Kentucky looks to bounce back from that ugly loss to UCLA when it hosts Florida A&M, a team that a couple weeks ago Georgia took down in Athens. At 8 o'clock, LSU looks to remain unbeaten at the PMAC when they take on East Tennessee State. And the 9 o'clock hour features a couple of ranked SEC teams in action. Number 10 Arkansas goes for win number 8 in a row when it hosts UNC Asheville at Bud Walton Arena. And number 23 Auburn plays Washington out in Seattle. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. At Georgia Power, we know making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow. Georgia Power, building the future of energy today. Chattanooga 33, Georgia 30 at the break. We'll take a timeout and check on the Lady Dogs game right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
365 days a year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. As you make, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can always count on Sinead.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Dogs trail Chattanooga 33-30 at Stegman at the break. Last 20 minutes coming in just a bit from Athens. Luke Ned-Carney back with you on the Georgia Power halftime report from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. And the Lady Dogs are in action in West Palm Beach, looking to bounce back from a loss to West Virginia yesterday.
Brittany Smith has it ahead for Warren. Bates running the floor, leaves it up good. Mallory Bates, a la the mailman, delivering. She's got 8. Georgia doubling up San Diego State, 28-14 Lady Dogs.
Jeff Dantzler on the call. Mallory Bates, one of 3 Lady Dogs with 10 points, and the Lady Dogs lead San Diego State 56-40 in the fourth quarter in West Palm Beach. Our score, Chattanooga 33, Georgia 30. We'll send it back to Stegman Coliseum right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on.
I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Welcome back inside Stegman Coliseum here in Athens. Halftime where UTC leads Georgia 33-30. Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, orthopedics, heart, cancer, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Dogs in the first half went 11 of 28 from the floor, shot 39%, 2 of 10 on threes, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. UTC 10 of 27 from the field, 37%, but 9 of 21 in the first half on the three-point shot, 43%, 4 of 7 from the line. Rebound totals, Georgia with a slight edge there, plus 4, 20-16. The individual numbers, Georgia is led by the seventh-year veteran Jalen Ingram, who had 7 points in the first half. Oquendo with 6, Braylon Bridges with 6. Leading scorer in the game is Jamal Johnson for Chattanooga. He's the only player in double figures. He has a dozen. One other note we should pass along, no Kyron Lindsey for Georgia today. Not here, not on the bench. We were told only that he is not with the team today, and that's kind of where it stood. So Georgia down one player with no Kyron Lindsey today. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Twenty more minutes of fierce basketball coming up. Second half straight ahead. Georgia trails by 3 to Chattanooga. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the action sports. Regions helps you embrace the infinite life.
Member FDIC.
Dogs and Mocs getting ready to start the second half. Chattanooga with 9 first-half three-pointers on 21 first-half three-point shots.
Yeah, well, let's come out with that defensive intensity that we saw for the most part of that first half that we certainly didn't see to start that game, but this game. But now, if we come out in the second half with that hard, tough defense, aggressive defense, I think we can grab a lead from these guys and not look back. And, you know, Georgia's playing so well right now, we're catching the attention of a lot of the basketball prognosticators across the land. I was looking, one of them, Adam Spencer, posted the other day in the latest SEC men's basketball power rankings. He's got Georgia 9th in the SEC ahead of Texas A&M, Florida, Kentucky, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt. So the Dogs had been picked preseason much lower than that, and to see them inching up, that tells you the way they're playing is catching a lot of people's eye.
One of those teams, Kentucky, behind Georgia?
Yes, indeed, and we're not even talking football season.
In those particular rankings at this particular junction of the season. Long way to go. Still another game before we start conference play after today. Georgia with the ball to start the second half as we go into our half-court set. A foul whistled on Chattanooga. The Mocs Jamal Johnson called for a hold. That's his second foul. Dogs will inbound with Roberts to Bridges, left of the lane. He's going to bump against Stevens, the 7-footer. Jump hook. He got a piece of that one this time. And ball deflected out of bounds slowly, and the Dogs will maintain the possession. Block shot by Stevens. He leads the team in blocks. He had 30 coming into today's game. Also 40 assists on the year. He leads the team in that category too. But the Dogs have done a pretty good job on the 7-footer today, like that one off by Braylon Bridges. Just jump hooked it right over the big guy right in the middle of the paint. 8 points for Bridges.
All right, now look at the intensity with the Dogs defense here.
1 point game. Georgia has not led today. It's 33-32. Chattanooga leads. They've got the ball. They've spread the floor now. They've got Stevens right around the free throw line. He's got the ball now above the elbow. Backdoor feed on a slash by Demetrius Davis, and a running layup is good. And that's why Stevens has all those assist totals.
Yeah, well, that time Jabri just lost his man.
35-32, Mocs by 3. Oquendo attacks left side of the lane. Offensive foul called on Cario as he knocks Caldwell to the floor. Oquendo with his first. And number 1 on the Dogs here in the half. 35-32, Mocs with a 3-point lead in the ball. They beat Georgia's pressure in the backcourt. Stevens has it on the 3-point line, right side of the floor. Now it's White, the guard. Crossover dribble, runs into Roberts, and Terry going to be called for a foul by Olandis Poole. First foul on Roberts.
Not a good call. And no doubt he had him.
Mocs inbound next to their bench, front court down to the left. They lead by 3. They've led the entire way. Stevens dribbles back to the basket, now trying to bump into Bridges and push him back into the paint. Kicks it out on the perimeter to a guard. They swing it into the right corner. Caldwell airballs a 3. Stevens just grabbed that rebound, falling out of bounds, saved it by throwing it to the right wing, but then the shot clock expired because they never touched the rim.
I'm not sure he was aware where that shot clock was, or else he wouldn't have thrown it that far back out.
He was just trying to save it in as he was falling over the end line. Dogs can tie it with a 3 here if they decide to pull the trigger on this possession. Roberts between the circles, dribbles slowly with the left hand, now drives to the right, overhead back to Bridges. He sends it into the corner. Cario to tie the game, can't do it on the 3. Offensive rebound, Jabri put back is blocked by Stevens, and out of bounds into the far corner, into the courtside seats. Dogs will keep possession. That's another block shot for Big Stevens.
Tell you what, that's good hustle by Jabri, though, hustling to get that rebound.
Dogs throw it in with 17 on the clock. Carrio to Roberts on the far side of the floor. Terry trots to the middle of the floor, now hands it off to Moncrief. Oquendo tried to get a handoff from Bridges and saves it on the right side. 4 to shoot. Carrio step back three, front of the rim, won't go. Rebound Stevens to Chattanooga. Dogs have been cold from three today, 2 for 12 now. Chattanooga turns it over. Rolling ball picked up by Oquendo. He attacks and a one-handed jam right over the big guy, Stevens. Carrio Oquendo.
Somebody forgot to tell Carrio that guy's 7 feet tall.
He was coming up with a block too, and Oquendo just kept going up and just jammed it home. 1 point game. Floater by Dalvin White for Chattanooga, right edge of the lane, off the rim, right back to him, and then touched out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Goes out of bounds over the baseline. Dogs will have the ball and a chance to take the lead, which would be their first of the game. It's 35-34 Mocs. Dogs back and forth with the passes in the backcourt. Get it across the timeline. Carrio's dunk ignited Stegman. We've got a good holiday crowd in here today.
Well, we do. That's great to see.
Abdur Rahim to the foul line. Missed the 15-footer. It bounces on the front of the rim and comes down quietly to the right. Rebounded by the Mocs. They pull the trigger on the three on the other end and make a 1 point lead into a 4 point lead. Jamal Johnson with his 4th three. He's got 15 in the game for Chattanooga.
We cut it down to 1, and we just can't get over the hump here.
Dogs in the front court. Slow dribble by Roberts. Go to Oquendo. Quick dribbles by Carrio. Down on the block. They foul him on a double team. Caldwell from behind, and then White in the front. And that's who they got for the foul, Dalvin White, who was the man-to-man defender. And then Caldwell came over for help. But White whistled for the foul, his second.
You know, the big 7-footer Stevens, who's checking out now. He's had several rebounds here in the second half. He had no rebounds in the first half.
That's highly unusual. He had 20 in their loss to Belmont on Sunday. Offensive foul, Moncrief.
He did, too.
Mike White not happy with the call.
He pushed him with his right arm.
That's 3 on M.A. Moncrief still looking for his first points of the game. After a fine performance against Notre Dame, he had 15, was perfect from the field, 6 for 6, but nothing today. 38-34, Mocs lead the Dogs. They've led throughout. Less than 16 minutes remaining. White, skip pass to his left to Hankton. Hankton trying to back down Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and he does. A little spin move at the end, and he floats it up and in good. Casey Hankton with his first points. 6'7" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. His 3rd year at UTC, a transfer from St. Louis. Lead back up to 6 now, 40-34. And Braylon Bridges throws it to half court and out of bounds. He's trying to get it to Roberts, bad eye on the wing, and Terry broke for the corner, and Bridges threw it behind him and threw it away. Dogs with a turnover, timeout at Stegman. 15:31 remaining here in the second half. It's Chattanooga 40 and the Dogs 34 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
No one gets you closer to SEC basketball than SiriusXM. Download the SiriusXM app and tune into SiriusXM SEC Radio for news, talk, and analysis throughout the college basketball season. Try it out today and take your Georgia Bulldogs with you on your phone, online, and at home. No car required. 6-point lead for the Mocs, 40-34. Their large lead has only been 8, but they've been in front the entire way with 15:31 to go in the game.
Yeah, we've had it back to within 1 on 2 occasions. Once in the first half, once here again in the second half. We just can't get it over the hump there.
No lead changes, and the only time it was tied was when it was 0-0 to begin the game. So the Mocs have played in front all day. They have shot the three well. 10 of 23 today, 43.5%. And they average about 33-pointers a game. Attempts, they make about 12 a game. It looks like they're on their way to surpassing those numbers if they keep this up. Up 6, here's another three by Caldwell from the left corner. Now that was Hankton, offensive rebound. Stevens on the miss, and he rolls it up from the right side of the rim. Stevens with some rare points in the paint.
I was going to say, it's unusual to see him down there, isn't it?
And that matches the big lead of the game at 8:42-34. 7-0 run for the Mocs. Georgia ends it with Carrio's basket that will roll in there from the right side. Oquendo now in double figures with 10. Quickly, Chattanooga tries to answer. Slashing move by Jamal Walker from the left side. Tries to score from the right side of the rim, and he's fouled in the act. And we'll go to the line for 2 shots. Foul on the Dogs is their 4th of the half.
Jamal Walker, come
And the foul was on Oquendo, his second. Walker with an odd release, kind of pushes it up from the right shoulder. There he cocks and fires. Shot puts it up there from low on the right shoulder.
Yeah, this is not the way we recommend kids learn to shoot free throws.
Yeah, don't look. You can't look at that. Walker, second one. Pushes it up away from his body, made 1 of 2. That's where he shoots it from, just to the right of his right shoulder. 7-point lead for the Mocs, 43-36. Dogs ball, Roberts. Bounces it to Ingram, and then feeds Roberts on a backdoor cut, and he will score on a layup. Terry Roberts, give and go with Jalen Ingram. 43-38. Mocs ball, they work in the front court. Jamal Johnson dribbles between the circles. Holt goes with him. They move it rapidly into the corner. 3 ball by the 7-footer. Stevens won't go. Jamal Walker steals the rebound from 2 guys in the paint.
Oh, yeah, we missed an opportunity there to grab a defensive rebound.
Chattanooga gets another chance here. 14, make it 13:42 on the clock. White for 3, deep 3, good, all net. Dalvin White with his second 3 of the game. That's 11 in the game for the Mocs.
Back to an 8-point lead.
Yeah, 46-38. Just can't stop them from making threes. Carrio and Holt way out front. Now Roberts retrieves the basketball, dribbles it on the logo. Dogs working to our right from our vantage point next to the Georgia bench. Ingram with the ball. Hands it off to Roberts. 5 to shoot. Terry, free throw line floater, good. 14.5-footer by Roberts. He's got 9. It's 46-40 Mocs. Dogs need to stop here. At least don't give up a 3. backdoor cut by Holt, intercepted the Pat, but he stumbled up with Stevens, and they call a foul on Anselm. Yep, he got tangled up with their big guy, and Anselm picks up his third foul. And Bridges will come in for Frank. Anselm out, and Bridges in. Braylon with 8 points today. Out of bounds play. They run Jamal Johnson on a curl to the far side, and he steps out of bounds and then takes the pass before he reestablished. And Orlandis Poole says that's a turnover. So the Mocs turned it over before they got to run a play on the out of bounds. 46-40. Dogs could cut it in half with a three. We haven't made too many today, only a couple, as a matter of fact. 2 of 12 shooting threes today. And 11 of 26 for the Mocs. Ingram has it above the arc on the left side. And a whistle down low. Tangled up is Jamal Johnson. Called for a foul. That's his third. Team's third. Caldwell in for Johnson. He grabs the towel from Caldwell and heads to the bench down to our left. Roberts to throw it in, left to the basket. Overhead lob into Oquendo on the left wing. Quick attack down the lane. Runner inside, good. Banked it in on the drive to the glass, and he got fouled. He'll go to the line.
Well, I'll tell you what. Kerry Oquendo, we've talked about this so many times. His athleticism is just something that you know, God gives to very few people. He is blessed with the ability of quickness, the ability to leap. Just a terrific young athlete.
That was a highly contested shot by 3 blue shirts. Cario misses the foul shot. He's got a dozen points. It's a 4-point lead for Chattanooga, 46-42. Mocs ball, Stevens right elbow, back to the basket, turns and hands it off to Davis. Screen and roll for Stevens. Couldn't handle the bounce pass, lost it on the baseline. Trying to plead his case that the Dogs were grabbing his hands while he was trying to save it.
Well, they got a right to grab for the basketball too. You know, that's the thing.
Well, he was saying they were grabbing his hands to prevent him from doing that. Dogs have it, down 4. Ingram for 3 over the big guy. Good on net. Jalen, Scana Energy 3, right wing. Good.
All right, got it back to within 1. Now play some defense.
46-45. Dogs haven't led this entire afternoon. Stevens, left low block. He's double teamed. Ripped out of there by Ingram. Stevens got it back, falls to the floor on his back, and we reach in for a tie-up. They say a timeout, I think. I think Chattanooga got the time before we got the tie-up. So they keep the ball, and we've got a timeout, 11:45 to go.
Yeah, they'd have kept it anyway. They've got possession, but we'd at least gotten the arrow in our favor.
Need a big mop after that play with all 7 foot plus of Stevens laying on the floor.
But here's what I don't understand. Why didn't they call traveling? Because his feet were not positioned.
Timeout with 11:45 to go. It's a 1-point game. UTC 46, Dogs 45 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey there, UGA fans. This fall, Dunkin' is ready for you to fall hard. So when you hear those leaves rustling and see those pumpkins getting ripe and ready, it's time to eat, sleep, and drink pumpkin at Dunkin'. Take your pick of pumpkin with delicious muffins, munchkins, and donuts, and pair them with a classic pumpkin spice signature latte or the ultra-smooth pumpkin cream cold brew, topped with silky pumpkin cream cold foam, all so you can fall harder. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Go Dogs, sick 'em!
Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Lead the Dogs by one measly stinking point, 46-45, but we've been behind all day long, only by as much as 8. That's been the big lead for Chattanooga, but they've led since the opening tip when they hit a 3 after they won the opening tap, and that's kind of been the story for them today. 11 3-pointers this afternoon, only 3 for the Bulldogs. Georgia's done the bulk of its damage in the paint with 28 points.
Yeah, we have not shot the 3 well at all today, but maybe we will down the stretch.
Mock's ball, shot clock under 9 now after they inbound it. Corsalt sees a lane, drives inside, splits the D between Hill and Holt and lays it up and in. 48-45, 3-point lead. Christian Corsalt with his first points of the second half. He's a transfer from Nevada, and then Houston Christian. Cario attacks from the right edge of the lane, pushes it up with the right hand. It rolls off the backboard and the rim. No good. Rebound chased down by the Mocs. Dogs miss the chance to make it a 1-point game again. Off balance, long 2. Dalvin White is good. Right of the circle. He's in double figures with 10, and the lead quickly back to 5. 50-45. Chattanooga shooting at a high clip here in the second half, 64%. Cario inside, had his first shot rejected, got it back, and then his second shot rejected by the big 7-footer, Stevens. And I believe a foul was called on that one, or the ball just out of bounds?
Just out of bounds.
Okay. No, Cario crashed to the floor, and we got another timeout. The under 12 timeout now with 10:45 to go in the game. The lead is 5 for the Mocs. UTC 50. Georgia Bulldogs 45. Back in a moment, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more front row seats. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you'll get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Call 833-7-ROCKET today or visit inflationbuster.com to start saving.
For fees covered rate like date requirements and other terms and conditions, visit inflationbuster.com or call 1-833-7-ROCKET. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Georgia basketball is brought to you by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics, and go Dogs. 50-45, Mocs by 5 over the Dogs. They're coming off a home loss to Belmont on Sunday in overtime, 83-79. Georgia with one of their best outings of the season in Atlanta, beating Notre Dame at State Farm Arena 77-62 on Sunday. And
look, they did call a foul. All right, I did not see a foul called, Scott. My apologies to you.
No, I didn't see it either from the official.
Well, I didn't see the official come over to the scores table to report a foul. That's what I was looking for. So I don't know who they called the foul on.
And the free throw by Oquendo, again, skims off the rim. No
come
good.
on, Cario. That's 2 free throws here. His last 2 free throw attempts he's missed. Got to knock these down.
They called that last foul on Big Stevens. So that's his first. And Oquendo makes 1 out of 2. And Cario comes out, and the Dogs will go with Roberts and Hill now, guards. Moncrief, Holt, and Braylon Bridges on the floor. 4-point game, 50-46. Mox with the ball. Caldwell up the near sideline into the front court left. Now it's Dalvin White, the 5'10 transfer. Picked up by our guards out front in our zone. White into the corner, wide open for a second. Was Demetrius Davis. He gives the ball to the big guy Stevens. He dribbles it out of the paint with 5 to shoot. White for 3, left side, back of the rim. Won't go. Rebound tapped, taken by Georgia. Reach-in foul by the Mox as Hill's trying to control and sprint into the front court. They got a running foul on Chattanooga. And that was on Demetrius Davis. That's his
their
first,
sixth.
and number 6. 4-point lead for Chattanooga. Holt will bounce it into Hill about 2 steps into the backcourt. Now Justin will walk it across the front side. Works on the far side of the floor. Dogs work it around the perimeter. Moncrief has it, holds it high. Entry pass into the post to Bridges. Baseline spin, pivots the other way. Pivots again, jump hook left hand, whistle and a foul. Georgia was going to riot if they didn't get that call. The whistle was a little bit late.
The official looks around at Mike like, let us call the game.
Yeah, the Georgia bench was about a fraction of a second ahead of the officiating. They had already called that foul in their minds. And now Bridges at the line for free throws after a second foul on Stevens. Braylon, left-handed. Free throw good. He's got 9. At 18 on Sunday. In a perfect day shooting. The SEC Player of the Week for his game against Notre Dame. Second free throw in the air. All net. Good. Bridges hasn't been to the line much this season. Just 4 or 5. We need to get in there a little bit more. It's a 2-point game again. 50-48. Mox lead the Dogs. Dogs settle back into a 2-3 zone. Chattanooga with a basketball. Caldwell steps out right wing above the 3, fakes the 3. They move the ball around. Corsalt will shoot it left of the circle off the side of the rim. Rebound Bridges.
All right.
Rips it down and covers it up. Distributes to Roberts. He'll take it into the front side. Terry across the top of the key. Now attacks left side. Floater good off the glass from the left side. What's that? What's that?
Got it tied.
We're tied.
I want us to get a lead and make them play uphill a little bit here.
50-50. 3 ball.
Whoa.
Air ball. Missed it by 3 feet. Touched out of bounds, I think, by Holt on the left side. Yeah, right on the baseline. He got a hand on it before it went sailing out of bounds. Well, that shot was nowhere near.
No, that was 3 feet over the basket.
Mox will throw it in with the little guy, Dalvin White. 5'10 guard, feeds it into Jamal Johnson. He's been hot from 3, and he still is. 3 ball, left corner. That's his 5th. He's got 18, and the Dogs turn it over. Roberts loses it out of bounds on the far side. 53-50. Well, we tied it, and then they go back up with the 3, and then we give it right back. 9 minutes to go in the game. Dogs settle back into the 2-3 zone. Hill and Roberts out at the face of that zone. Davis with the ball for Chattanooga. Picks up the dribble. Goes to White. White at 5'10. Davis at 6'9. Out there at the head of the key a few moments ago. Corsalt tries to split the defense and drive and catches the foot of Juice Holt. And Juiceon is called for a foul. And that's number 6 on the Dogs. Dogs are in the bonus when they shoot. UTC with 17 fouls. The next foul on the Dogs will put the Mox in the same situation. First foul on Holt today. 53-50. Stevens for 3, left corner, air ball. And they get an offensive rebound. My goodness. Jamal Johnson in a putback basket.
Well, Jamal Johnson's just in the right place all day long.
He's got 20 today. Dogs badly miss a three from the left wing. We missed the rim, hit the backboard, rebound down to UTC. 55-50. 8:14 to go. White slowly dribbles left wing, guarded by Roberts. Trying to weave his way into the paint. Stops at the foul line. Whips it back to Corsalt. Left-hand dribble. Wide bounce pass to Stevens. We double him. Throws it out of trouble. They get it on the right wing. White for three. Off the rim. No good. Rebound Moncrief for the Dogs. Feeds Roberts quickly. Dogs push it up left to right. We need points. Moncrief distributes. Holt for three. Good! Juice drains one for three. Scana Energy three. Juice on Holt. 55-53. Mocs by two. First points of the afternoon for Juice.
Well, it came at the right time.
Mocs with the ball. Dogs need a stop. White, shot fake, drive, floater, right side two. Won't go. Rebound tipped up by the 7-footer. He couldn't control it. Juice did. Holt got the rebound. Feeds Roberts into the front court. Terry attacks through the lane. Left-hander. Oh, off the rim. Won't go. He got fouled. Roberts showed the ball and then drove. Tried to put it up softly with the left hand. It just kicked off the rim, but a foul on the Mocs will stop the clock and send Roberts to the line when we continue. 7:15 to go in the game. It's a 2-point lead for UTC, 55-53 over the Bulldogs on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas right before the holidays and down BMW Road, not a driver was stressed, only good vibes flowed. Could it be because one sat in his BMW's plush leather seats, or drove hundreds of miles without a slip in the sleet? Another drove far and yet was not stressed, since she was cruising with intelligent GPS.
I've started guidance.
This holiday season, take on the ultimate drive when you buy a BMW 5 Series X7 or X5.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Two-point lead for the Mocs, 55-53 with 7:15 to go. It's time for a Regions Recap, brought to you by the Regions Visa Debit Card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order your Bulldogs Regions Visa Debit Card. Well, the Mocs have led throughout. Their lead at halftime was 33-30. They've outscored us, we've outscored them by 1 here in the second half, so it's been tight throughout. The largest lead of the game has been 8 for Chattanooga. Georgia has not led today. The story, Georgia's points dominantly on the inside. The Bulldogs have 30 points in the paint to 8 for UTC. The Mocs points, the bulk of them anyway, coming from the three-point line. They're 12 of 32 on threes, while the Dogs are just 4 of 15. Leading scorers, Jamal Johnson with 20 for Chattanooga. Oquendo for Georgia with 13 as Terry Roberts gets a pair of free throws.
He made that
Dogs.
look easy. Now we got it tied again.
55 apiece.
Yeah, I just want to see them play uphill for a little while.
Well, that would take Georgia getting a stop right here and giving ourselves a chance to take the lead on the next possession. White with the ball, dribbles above the arc on the left side. Frank Anselm's out on him. Right corner three, rattles
every
in there
time.
good.
That
was Casey Hankton that time. His first of the afternoon. 58-55, 3-point lead for the Mocs. That is their 13th three-pointer of the game. Step back three, all alone. Roberts missed it deep. Rebound, batted around by Caldwell, collected by the Mocs. White has it now, trots it into the front court left. Drops it off to Stevens. Wanted to shoot the three. Roberts knocked the ball out of his hands from behind. They recover to keep the possession. White has it left wing next to their bench. Dribbles it up the left wing. Stevens trying to come around Roberts in a mismatch defensively and got held by Terry. And they call a foul on Roberts. That's his second. And that's going to be 1-1 now for Jake Stevens, the 7-foot, 275-pound transfer from VMI. A graduate transfer from Bunker Hill, West Virginia. His line in the loss to Belmont on Sunday, 32 points, 20 rebounds, had 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. And he had 7 turnovers in the game as he hits the free throw here. Only 9 points for the big man today.
Yeah, we've done a good job with him. Johnson has killed us.
Yeah. Well, he's way above his average. He's got 20. He averages 11. Stevens averages 22 and a half, and now he's got 10 as he hits both foul shots. 60-55. Again, a 5-point lead for the Mocs. We've tied it twice here in the half, have still yet to take the lead. Moncrief above the left elbow. Turns to face up. Gives it to Bridges. He spins, works against Stevens right side. 7-footer holds his ground. Pass across the paint. Carrio for three. Good! Nailed it from the left wing. Almost in the corner. It's a 2-point game now. 60-58. Oquendo with 16. That's his first 3 of the game. Mocs ball. Dogs need to stop. They go into Stevens. Bridges guarding, kicking into the right corner. Step in for a 2 as White missed the jumper on the baseline. Rebound tap to the Dogs. Here's Robert down the lane. High off the glass, and it rolls off the front of the rim. Loose ball knocked out of bounds. Touched out by Georgia on the baseline. Again, the Dogs come down.
Boy, it bounced twice up there on the rim.
Roberts had a pretty good look at it. Probably should have pulled it out or distributed to a teammate because he had defenders right in his face. 5:31 to go. It's still a one-possession, 2-point game. Chattanooga basketball. They work against a little bit of backcourt pressure by the Dogs. Now we retreat into the half court. Corsalt to the right side. Move the ball around rapidly. Casey Hankton, who hasn't played much this year, he's been out a lot. He's on the floor for a lot of minutes today. Hankton's got the ball tightly behind a screen from Stevens. Goes to Caldwell, 5 on the clock. Caldwell into the corner. Johnson along the baseline. Shot clock ran out.
Yeah, they weren't even looking at the clock.
Corsalt hit the 3 after the buzzer, but the shot clock ran out when they still had it on the baseline under the basket, Chuck.
The pass outside was just ill-advised completely. His best chance had been trying to go up and get fouled.
Dogs can tie with a 2. Take the lead for the first time with a 3. See how they play it. Bridges, left side. Gives it to Jabri for 3. Hit as he shot, but not enough to whistle a foul, and he missed the 3 badly. He was out ripping them in pregame, I know that, long before everybody else was here. Jabri was warming up and shooting on his own. Dogs with a steal in the backcourt. Can tie it with a 2. Moncrief runs into traffic. No foul, but he muscles it up and in. You're right,
they sure fouled him.
Moncrief with his first basket of the afternoon. We're tied at 60. Should have been a foul on Stevens, but the big guy got away with it.
All right, we got a 4-minute and 10-second game now.
Mocs with the ball. Crowd starting to stand here at Stegman. And it's a good crowd here on this Wednesday afternoon. Top of the key, Jamal Johnson around the rim and out. Missed the 3. Rebound, Moncrief.
All right, Mike White calling out the play he wants to Terry Roberts. Let's see what we come up with here.
Roberts feeds Bridges. Braylon into the paint.
Oh, we got a great
jump
shot.
Up wouldn't go.
They came down with it.
Moncrief tipped the rebound, couldn't control it. Tied at 60. 3:23 to go. Mox with the ball. They just hold and look at their bench. Now Corsalt underhands it to Hankton. Left side for Chattanooga. The guard brings it back out front to Jamal. Back over to Corsalt. 4 to shoot. Down the lane. Scoop to Hankton. Blocked it from behind. La ball is loose. Dogs have it with Oquendo. Euro step down the lane. Hits the rim with his runner. A whistle and a foul on the visiting team. And that'll put Cario on the line. And a chance to take our first lead of the game. 2 shots coming after the timeout. 2:58 remaining. Tied at 60. Dogs and Mox on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Go Dogs, sick 'em! Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
All right, let's see if we can get through this read. Goodness. Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub. Be there.
All right. That's a standing ovation for that one.
Can I get some cough syrup from StubHub?
You got through
My
it.
Goodness.
That's what matters.
Oh, I love the winter season.
You know what? Don Shula used to tell me all the time, anybody can play when they're healthy. You gotta.
I thought I was when the day started.
You gotta play when you're not.
Got the itchies and the scratchies going on in my throat today. Carrio's at the line. He's going to give the Dogs a chance to take their first lead of the game.
Oh, we're going to do it right here.
60 apiece. Free throw in the air. There it is. Dogs' first lead, 61-60. 17 points for Oquendo.
Carrio's made a difference here down the
stretch. Stretch it out, baby. There you go. Massive 2-point lead for the Dogs. 62-60. 2:53 to go. Stevens, the big guy, top of the key, faces up, guarded by Bridges. Tries to hand it off on the left side. About had his arm cut in half by Juice Holt defending Jamal Johnson. Mox with the ball, 10 to shoot. Stevens has it again. Swings the ball side to side, works against Holt. Drives inside, ball knocked loose. Oquendo stole it, and they call a foul on the Mox.
Well, they should have. I mean, Georgia did a great job defensively because Stevens lost his balance and was falling. He was hoping to get a foul call as he was falling. He didn't get that. Ball popped in the air, and then they hit Cario. It appeared to me that – is that who they hit? Yeah, they hit Cario as he was trying to recover it for Georgia.
Oquendo bringing it on the defensive end that last trip down. Now he's back at the foul line, trying to extend a late 2-point Georgia lead. 10 team fouls on the Mox. So double bonus for Georgia the rest of the way. Oquendo strips the net. 4 for 4 on his last 4 free throw attempts. And that one in and out. So the streak ends there with 4 straight, but it's a 3-point Georgia lead, 63-60. 2:25 remaining. Mox with the basketball, left end of the floor. Johnson out of the right corner to White. Quickly to Stevens. Give it back to the guards. Here's a 3 by Johnson. Then that's good, and we're tied in the right corner. Wow. That guy's been the damage today. Not necessarily Stevens, but Jamal Johnson. That's 23 for him.
He let me tell you, he's shooting with that confidence. Like when he lets it go, he knows it's going in.
Terry Roberts trying to back his man down. White lost the handle, pushes it out to Oquendo. Straightaway 3. Good! He rips it.
How about that?
Dogs call a quick time after Oquendo breaks the 63-all tie with his second three-pointer.
And that's 22 points for Cario. Let me tell you something. He has made a difference here down the stretch.
Dogs by 3 with a timeout called by the Dogs bench. 1:45 to go. Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every three-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana says, go Dogs. So Georgia finally grabs the lead late on a pair of Oquendo free throws.
And Oquendo 3.
He's had 2 threes and 4 straight free throws down the stretch here to pump his total to 22 points on the afternoon.
Let me tell you, that's great to see, isn't it? I mean, because that's a guy that you do count on.
I enjoy it.
You know, to when you need something, that's a guy you need to be able to go to. And to see him get the job done for you here this afternoon is really great. It's a great thing for this Bulldog basketball team, but it's a great thing to watch. Now we got, we got 105 seconds that we got to figure out a way to hold on to that 3-point lead against a team that seems to be, well, let's put it this way. There's one guy that seems to be firing those threes, with absolute certainty, and we need to shut him down.
Yeah, that's Johnson, who has tied his career high with 6 3-pointers today. He's 6 of 9 for the Mocs. All right, Chattanooga ball. Minute 45 to go. Hope I've got a minute 45 left. Stevens for 3, too deep on the back rim from straight on. Georgia rebounds.
And they fouled Cario again. Oh, no. They stepped out. They touched the ball standing out of bounds.
Caldwell did before Georgia got it, yeah. But it's going to be Georgia basketball. But they ruled it touched out by the Mocs. Dogs in the backcourt play catch. Juice straddles the half-court line, throws it to Bridges, is stolen by the Mocs. Chattanooga takes it the other way. 80 seconds to go. They're down 3. Jamal Johnson wanted to shoot the 3 behind the big screen from the 7-footer. Instead, they go inside on the block. He's double-teamed. Lost the ball. Dogs want traveling. Don't get it. They go in the corner for a 3. Short shot from the right corner. Hankton missed a 3. Dogs rebound the miss. 62 seconds to go. Georgia by 3, 66-63 with the ball. 55 seconds to play. Roberts, a slow left-hand dribble. Bounces it off to Moncrief above the elbow. Holt slashes through the lane. They go to Bridges right of the lane. Braylon may have gotten away with a travel. Jump hook won't go. They whistle a foul on Stevens.
I think, we're going to look back at that and think we may have gotten away with a little bit of a travel.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, we were owed 1. We're probably owed 2. But...
Well, he's going to get 2 right here. Bridges to try to make it a 2-possession game. 66-63. Braylon's free throw. Good! Rattled in there and settled down through the net. 4-point lead for the Dogs. Boy, it's been a long time coming. Second foul shot, Bridges. Good. All net. 12 points for Braylon. 68-63. A massive 5-point lead. Largest of the game for the Dogs. Less than 40 seconds to go. Oh, White got open for a three. He missed it off the rim. Tapped up by Chattanooga. Wouldn't go, and then Hankton rebounds.
They call a foul of Georgia?
Yes.
Cario.
It's going to be 1-1 for Hankton, says Olandis Poole. Oquendo with his third. 32.7 seconds to play. The clock is stopped for foul shots for Casey Hankton, a 6'7" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hankton's first trip to the line today. Free throw won't go. Falls off the left side, rebounded by Moncrief.
They immediately get that ball in Terry Roberts' hand.
Two guys chasing Terry from behind. He sprints into the front court. They finally get the foul. And it's double bonus for the Dogs, so Roberts will go to the line for 2 foul shots, but a timeout first. "30-second timeout called. Chattanooga missed a crucial free throw there. Dogs are up 5. They've led for about 99% of this game. Chuck, we've got 23 seconds, just less than that, to go. They've led for almost 35 minutes. Georgia's had the lead for 2, and right now we're up 5 and sitting in pretty good shape.
Well, yeah, you like our chances now. Terry going to the line. He's only shot 2 free throws in the game, but he made them both. But, you know, of the guys on the floor right now, that's whose hands you wanted the ball in. So he's got 2. He's got the double bonus. He's got 2 free throws coming. You're up 5. He hits one of them. You go up. They got to hit 2 threes.
Well, the Dogs have answered the bell here late on a 13-3 run over the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And Chattanooga's gone cold, just 1 for their last 7 from the floor. Oh, we're not going to get free throws.
No, they didn't call free throw.
Georgia will inbound the basketball with Holt looking, throw it into Moncrief. Back to Holt. They double him. And a foul. Which one? 22 or 1? That's on Demetrius Davis. And that will put Georgia on the line now. There is
that
Juice
whole
Holt
sequence,
will go to the line.
That whole sequence, 3.1 seconds. It seemed like about 4 minutes, didn't it?
Because it took a while to get the ball in, I guess. 19.8 to go. Juice to the line. 83% free throw shooter for the Alabama transfer. 6'7" from Tacoma, Washington. Right-handed shooter, free throw number 1, all net.
Oh, that was smooth.
Holt has 4 points today. All of those here in the second half. Bridges, the only Bulldog, joining Holt on the foul lane here. And there's 4 mocks. Holt, second free throw. Good, all net. Shoots it high, and it comes down right through the basket. Juice made them both. Dogs lead is 7 with 19.8 to go. Clock's in the Dogs' favor, but this is a dangerous team. There's Jamal Johnson for 3. Air ball from the right wing. Goes out of bounds. Touched out by Georgia on the left baseline. 13.5 to go. No, it's Georgia basketball. It's Chattanooga touched it out.
Well, they want the officials to look at it.
First review of this game. Olandis Poole, Doug Shows will take a look at it. They ruled it. They ruled it in Georgia's favor, but they're going to look at the video monitor to our left. And while they do that, we'll pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldog Sports Network. 15-3 run for the Dogs here at the end of the ball game over the last 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Chattanooga finally fell behind. A couple of free throws by Cario Oquendo gave the Dogs their first lead of the game at 62-60. And Georgia's been in front for the most part since that moment late in the ball game. We've only led a little more than 2 minutes of the entire ball game. And this one is slipping away from Chattanooga with 13 and a half seconds left. Officials are reviewing an out-of-bounds call.
It's close, but it looks like it's off the Mox player. It is just, that is very close.
Oquendo coming up big here in the second half for the Dogs, Chuck, with 22 points. And 16 of those here in this half.
Well, you know what? Great players step up when you need them the most, at the most critical times, and Cario certainly is arguably one of the better players in the conference. And it is Georgia's basketball.
So Chattanooga will have to foul or go for the steal. If they don't get the ball, then the quick foul. They're down 7. So it's 3 possessions. And really just not enough time. 13.5 seconds. Juice Holt to inbound for Georgia down to our left. And we'll see who comes back to get it. Oquendo breaks back. They double him, so we throw it to Roberts. Under the basket, they foul him in backcourt. 12.1 seconds to go.
That's exactly what Mike White wanted. He sent Moncrief to the corner, and as soon as he drew the double team, that led Terry left him to be open in the middle, got him the ball, and then they had to foul him.
And Roberts 85% from the line. Terry steps up there and with a smooth right-handed stroke knocks it down. 14 in the game for Roberts. 71-63. You know that expression, hard fought? That's what this one is today. Roberts missed the second free throw. Rebound Chattanooga. Less than 10 to go. Jamal Johnson into the corner. Quick catch and shoot. Caldwell airballed it, and they call a foul as Oquendo knocks him down. 3.6 to go, so 3 free throws coming for A.J. Caldwell, who's just a 58% career free throw shooter, and he's 4 for 7 this year. And there's just not enough time left. 3.6 to go. Georgia by 8, 71-63.
No, he'd have to make all 3 free throws, and they'd have to count each one as 2 points.
And then Georgia would have to leave the floor, and Chattanooga would keep inbounding and dunking. Caldwell, 6'5", redshirt senior, transfer from South Alabama 4 years ago. Free throw won't go. Off the rim, no good. Second free throw is good. Georgia today was like that second place car on a NASCAR race that just trailed the leader all day, and then on the final lap, slingshots around him to the finish line.
That's exactly what that was.
That's what the Dogs have done today.
Yeah, and you know who was at the wheel? It was Cario Oquendo.
Caldwell hits 2 out of 3 from the line. 3.6 to go. Juice to throw it in. Mox pressing. They throw it in. Moncrief jumps in the air, catches it right around the top of the circle in backcourt, and they grab him around the hips and foul him. 3.1 to go. It's a 6-point Georgia lead, and Moncrief will go to the line. 71-65. Took forever to get the lead, but when we got it, we kind of liked the taste of that.
Well, the whole game kept thinking, make them play from behind a little bit. Let's see how they shoot threes when they have to have them.
Moncrief's free throw bounced on the rim about 4 times and rolled all the way around from left to right. No good.
He's only got 2 points this game, and he had a great game against Notre Dame.
That free throw high in the air and right down through the hole. Good. And we didn't have Kyron Lindsey today, and he's not with the team, we're told. And the last shot of the game will be a half-court attempt by Caldwell, and Dan Earl going to be disappointed with this one, but Mike White going to be elated to get this win. 72-65 68-65, the Dogs are victorious over Chattanooga.
And how about that? In front of a good mid-afternoon crowd here during a holiday week at Stegman Coliseum, as we had almost 8,000 people turn out to watch the Dogs take on these Chattanooga Moccasins and get, as you pointed out, a hard fought. And that's what this was a definition.
Such an overused phrase, but that aptly describes this game today, because Georgia, it didn't get away from them. They only trailed by as much as 8. It was closer than that most of the time.
We just couldn't get over the hump for the longest time.
Tied a couple of times in the second half, and then when they finally got the lead on the free throws by Oquendo, Georgia was able to maintain it and stretch it out a little bit and solidify a victory.
So now we go to 9-3. We got a week off till we play Ryder. A chance to close out our non-conference schedule at 10-3. That, I would have to tell you, by any measure of preseason analysis on what this team would be, is way overachieving. Would you have thought we'd have 10 wins by January 1st?
Probably not. Certainly, based on I mean, going into this year, you didn't know what it was going to look like. You knew there were a lot of new faces on the team. You had a small nucleus from last year, a team that won only 6 times. So there was no way to say, these guys are going to win 10 games in the non-conference. But wow, it's really going in the right direction here for the Dogs, and we're going to get a chance to talk to Braylon Bridges here as we put the headset on Braylon. And Braylon, congratulations, big guy. Boy, it was tooth and nail out there, wasn't it? You guys finally got the lead and able to win this one.
Yes, sir. It's a battle. They came out hot, shooting the ball from 3. We knew they shoot the ball well, and they shot the ball well. So, I mean, we focused in, got stops when it counted.
Tell me about playing that big guy. Stevens, 7 feet. I mean, quite a challenge.
Yes, sir.
What was that like?
I mean, he's very skilled. I mean, he can shoot, he can post, he can pass. So, I mean, he's a very good player, so I respect him.
Braylon, to start this game, obviously Coach White was not happy with the defense.
Yes, sir.
And there was a wholesale substitution. But when that defense ramped up, it looked like you guys all bought into, we got to play better defense here.
Yes, sir. We took we talked to ourselves, told each other that we got to pick it up. Obviously, we came out flat, so, I mean, we had to pick it up in order to get this W tonight.
What's going on with you right now? Tremendous game against Notre Dame. You didn't miss a shot the whole game today. You come back with 12 points, a couple of rebounds, 4 for 7. How are you feeling about your game?
I feel like we, as a team, taking a step forward. I mean, they getting me the ball, so I'm thankful for that. So, I mean, I'm going to continue to help my teammates as they continue to help me.
How long has it taken you to develop that shot, that little jump hook that you've got that's just about unstoppable?
Long time. A lot of hooks.
A lot of practicing,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Braylon.
Braylon, what does this do to this club? Now, you're sitting here with 1 game left before conference play, but you're sitting here at 9-3. It's quite an accomplishment for this team, and I know you were part of last year, won only 6 games all last season. This has got to feel pretty good to you and make you feel somewhat like there could be really good things ahead.
Yes, sir. Winning was a big thing for me coming back. So winning is the biggest thing that I want to do this year. So every win that we get, I'm happy. I'm smiling, and I feel like we're going to continue to win. So
what about Jalen, having him back out there, Jalen Ingram?
Yes, sir. He's a leader. I mean, he's my guy. I was with him last year. He went through a tough time last year, so I've been supporting him all the way till he got back now, and it's good to see him playing again.
Well, it was great. This is going to make Christmas a little happier, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Braylon, thanks a lot. Say hey to your folks for us. Always nice to see them.
Got you.
They're here supporting you as always, and congratulations
to you
on
and your
this
family, too,
yes, sir.
buddy.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Go Dogs.
That's Braylon Bridges. He is our IBEW Player of the Game. It's brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. We are Georgia's electricians. Visit IBEW613.org. Always nice to catch up with Braylon Bridges. Dogs a winner today, and it took a while to get it, but they got it. 72-65, the final over Chattanooga. Georgia now 9-3, and the Mocs drop back-to-back games. They are now 8-5 for the year. Stay tuned now for the Region's Locker Room Report. That's right around the corner here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter your favorite game day tradition, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they're saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Hey, welcome back to Stegman Coliseum for the Regions Locker Room Report. Dog fans, you can get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card by visiting regions.com/GoDogs. That's how you can order yours today. Welcome back with Chuck Dowdle and our producer-engineer, Adam Gillespie. I'm Scott Howard, Luke Nadkarni in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. This was a slobber knocker today. 72-65, Georgia escapes Chattanooga, and the Mocs had us. I mean, they were squeezing us the whole game. They were wrapped around us 2 or 3 times, and Georgia just wouldn't go away, and we finally able to get the lead late, and Cario Oquindo's strong second half really propelled Georgia to this victory.
Well, down the stretch, it was Cario all the way, but Scott, you're exactly right. So many times we'd get it back, to 1, they'd get it back to 5. We'd get it back to 1, they'd get it back to 5, and you start to think, are we ever going to get the lead? And then when we finally did, as I, at least wanted to see, wasn't sure, but wanted to see. Let's see how they play when they're behind, because it changes everything. When you're behind, everything, the basket becomes just a little bit smaller. The time on the clock just a little bit faster going by. You want to get shots off quicker. You just do things a little out of character when you're playing from behind that you don't do, when you've got that comfortable lead. And I wanted to see how they played from behind. We finally got that lead, and were able to stretch it out at the free throw line and with Cario, and then go on and win this one. So that 9th win, oh man, that is nice.
Yeah, there was only one lead change in this game, Chuck. That's when we took the lead from them, and we didn't give it up. There were 4 ties.
Yeah.
But once Georgia got, as we said, got a taste of that playing in the front. That was a lot better than having to look at taillights
so that was the only
lead
change. That one, huh? How about that?
72-65 the final, as the Dogs, as Chuck said, pick up that 9th win of the season, now 9-3, and off for the Christmas break for a few days. Back to work early next week, and we'll host the Bronx of Rider University from New Jersey. out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. They'll be here for a 7 o'clock game next Wednesday, December 28th. Then after that, it's conference play. We open up at home with Auburn on January 4th. So those are the next 2 games for this Georgia team. And, this is an exciting group to watch here. If you haven't had a chance to see them, we had almost 8,000 here for a 3 o'clock Wednesday game today. Great crowd, and you need to come out and check out this band of Bulldogs.
Yeah, and support these kids because they're pretty good and they're working really hard to make Georgia proud. I will tell you this: we didn't shoot the 3 well today. We didn't shoot the 3 well against Notre Dame, but we got 2 wins. Against teams that are, I just told Scott during the commercial, I was pointing down at the Chattanooga bench, said that team's going to win a lot of games, and they will. Chattanooga's going to win a lot of games this year. They're a talented basketball team, and so this is a good win for the Dogs.
That was a 27-win team last year, conference champions, made it to the NCAA. They've got new players, they've got a new head coach, but they might experience the same kind of results in the Southern Conference that they did last year. That is a good group today. That's a good win for Georgia this afternoon.
Something else we're glad. They don't have Ladd McConkey, and we're glad about that.
You love that story, don't you?
I do. That's his one offer.
This is the Regions Locker Room Report. Get the Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card by visiting regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll catch up with Georgia head coach Mike White in just a little bit. We'll check the final numbers from today's Georgia victory. And the best number of all, Dogs 72, Chattanooga 65. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Scott, Chuck, Adam, and Luke back with you here. Georgia win this afternoon, 72-65 over Chattanooga to see the Dogs improve to 9-3. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card by visiting regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. And the Dogs had, as we look at some of the numbers here, we had 4 players in double figures, led by Oquendo, who had 22. And Chattanooga had 3 guys get into double figures, and probably led by the guy maybe you didn't expect if you knew anything about this Mocs team coming in. I thought Georgia, for the most part, Chuck, did a pretty fine job on the big 7-footer Jake Stevens, who was coming off a 30-point a 32-point, 20 rebound, 5 assists, 5 block, 3 steals game.
Yeah, well,
in a loss to Belmont today. He got into double figures, almost had a double-double, but he had 10 points, 8 rebounds, but goes 3 for 9, hit just 2 threes.
Well, he was averaging a double-double coming into this.
Yeah, 22 and 11 almost. I mean, he had pretty good numbers, but he was contained, I thought, for the most part by Georgia in a team concept.
I agree with you. He in the first half we held him to no rebounds, 0 rebounds in the first half. So we were doing a good job keeping him outside, and he wasn't able to hit a whole bunch of shots because what we do was double, sometimes triple team him when he got the basketball out there and make it difficult for him, and he had to pass out of it. Now, as Braylon pointed out, guy's a good passer.
Yeah.
And so he picks up some assists along the way. And that's something you don't see much from real big guys like that, a 7-footer that's 275 pounds. It's skilled with passing the basketball, but he is. And he's a weapon, and that's why I tell you Chattanooga is going to win some basketball games, and particularly with Johnson the way he shoots the three.
Yeah, he had a nice day for them. He had 6 out of 10, and Jamal Johnson, who transferred from Memphis to Auburn to UAB to UTC, had 23 points. He led their team in scoring today, so definitely a big game for him. Tied his career high with the 6 3-pointers. And Georgia's going to look back on this one as the season goes along and see that they got a scrappy victory today. And this was a good win for Georgia, 72
and that's great to
65.
win a game that way. I mean, that really is.
We got the coach. All right, Mike.
I'm on.
Back in the coach's locker room.
That's exactly how we wanted to win it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we drew it up.
Congratulations.
Well, can you not do that anymore this year?
Oh, my goodness, I know. Man.
You know what, though, Coach? Congratulations for just staying after it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Ugly wins are still wins, right?
Yeah.
And, we did just enough, despite a lot of errors offensively and defensively and a lack of ability to take them out of how they execute offensively, get in press. Our attention to detail was definitely not where it needed to be to secure a win against a really good Chattanooga team going away. You know what I mean? So late in the game, if it were not for some just huge plays and just stringing together 3 or 4 stops there late, we could have easily lost this game. Credit Chattanooga. They're really good. Coach Rolla does a tremendous job. Stevens is one of the best players in all of college basketball. I know we only had 10, but the fact that we had to swarm to him the whole game, and then he clogged the paint defensively as well. He got other guys' shots, even when he wasn't passing them the ball because we had to pay so much attention to him. They're really good. They're going to have a chance to be an NCAA tournament team.
I mentioned Scott, too. For a big guy, he passes the ball extremely well.
Oh, it really does. From the perimeter, gets 4 assists a game, blocks shots, shoots the 3 the way he does, like a 2-guard. He missed one for us really late out of a timeout, another miscommunication for us. That was supposed to be a switch. Again, attention to details got to improve. It was really, really sharp versus Notre Dame, and it's easier said than done. With a bunch of guys, handling success is something that we're going to have to learn how to do. Obviously, you hope you have to learn how to do that because you have some more wins like the Notre Dame win. But again, we weren't great but good enough, and I'm proud of our toughness down the stretch, really resilient. I thought our crowd was great, pulled us through at the end, got loud when we needed some stops. And Kerry Oquenda really stepped up offensively for us. Terry Roberts as well, 6 assists, 2 turnovers.
Let me ask you something without naming names, but how unhappy was our head coach with the way our team started?
Oh, my goodness. Really, really frustrated. I mean, they are second in the nation in 3-point distribution offense, relying upon the 3. And it's something that we've been elite at in terms of defending the 3. Going into the Notre Dame game, I want to say we were 9th or 10th in the country out of 360-something Division I teams in terms of defending the 3. We got in the gaps a little bit more versus Notre Dame, gave up a few more 3s than we would have liked, but really defended the 2 at a high rate. And then, man, in this one, we didn't guard either one of them great. And a couple possessions, it was either transition defense or lack of setting our press, which is the same thing. Just kind of jogging around, and you can't do that. And this will be something, hopefully, that we'll learn from much better, as we all know, to learn from a win than a loss.
Mike, you guys were strong in the paint again, though. Point-wise, 32-8, outscoring the other guy. They were doing most of their damage from beyond the arc, as you pointed out. But as you told us in the pregame, you were going to go right at them. And,
yeah.
And you guys seem to be pretty good in the paint.
Yeah, probably should have gone at him more, and that's on me. I'll reevaluate everything that we called and what we ran. I thought we had some empty possessions, trying to play a little bit too fast in the first half. We had 4 or 5 ill-advised shots. We had a couple erratic turnovers. Braylon, for the most part, you look at him, he goes 4-7, and you say, how dare you? You know, you shot 1,000% last game. I mean, he's so good. He's so good with either hand. He's got such beautiful touch, soft hands. And, you know, he gets 12 like Stevens, but we got some open looks. One in particular off the top of my head was a Jason Holt open 3 late in the game, because they had to start doubling him. You know, they doubled Braylon as well. He's equally as effective, if not more effective, than 95% of college basketball down there in that block.
Coach, we've had 2 straight games, but we really didn't shoot the 3 very well.
Yeah.
Is that of concern?
Yeah, definitely. I would not consider ourselves a great shooting team, but I think that we're good at times if we take the right ones. You know, and I think you've as a shooter, I think you've got a conscience. You know, I think you know when a good one is a good one. And we took 3 or 4 that, again, I think were ill-advised, which is instead of going 6 of 19, you know, maybe you go, you know, 6 of whatever, do the math, 6 of 14, 6 of 15, which is not as poor, but maybe because you take better ones early, you make a couple open ones, your attempts are down, but your percentage is up. I thought we just took a couple rushed ones where our mind was made up before the ball even hit our hands that we were going to shoot it, and they had pretty good closing speed on our shooters, namely Jabri and J.I. from 3.
Is there last thing for you, Mike? Is there anything, one or 2 things that you can put your finger on that you know, changed the way this one ended up in that second half?
I thought it was Carrio's lack of conscience. You know, he's just a guy. He's a unique scorer. I mean, we've said it for months, and I'm sure that the last staff was just a little bit more familiar with it. Where, you know, we'll be in the middle of a practice. We'll say, you know, Carrio's, you know, he's been okay, and then somebody will say, well, you know, he's got 18. You know, he figures out a way to. You know, he'll get a couple ugly baskets. He'll get a couple beautiful baskets. He puts pressure on the rim. He drew 7 fouls, but the 3 he hit at the top of the key was huge. He's not a guy that ever questions himself. He plays with a high level of confidence. You know, sometimes you wonder if that motor's really going, and you know, he's got it going defensively. He's rebounding and defending. He's working hard, but he's expressionless. You know, and he's not a big emotional guy. But I think that helps him offensively in terms of being unflappable.
Sometimes he picks up fouls from defenders because he flashes by a guy. They got no choice but to put their hands on him, and officials will call that immediately.
Yeah, it's like you know, it's like a linebacker getting the holding call on a blitz, right? I mean, he's just really big and strong and thick, and he's explosive, and he's getting better at going left as well. And as this season progresses, you know, we've got to continue to put him in positions where, and his teammates put him in positions in addition to where he can go either way, because he's improving. You know, all these guys are improving, and that's the mantra of our program is growth daily.
Well, I know this. I'll be opening my presents with a much bigger smile on my face Sunday morning.
No question. Hopefully you get a new UGA hat in there, Chuck.
I'll take it. Might mess up his hair. Probably won't wear it. Mike, congratulations on this one. As Chuck points out, a nice way to go into the holidays, and I'm assuming you guys are going to get a little bit of time off.
Absolutely. It absolutely beats the alternative, guys. Are you kidding me? These young men deserve a really nice break. I mean, they've been through a lot this fall. We've had a lot of adversity that we've overcome. It's a really good group of guys. They like each other. It's important, since I became a head coach, for me to allow these guys as much time as possible to be with their friends and families. I think it's important for all of our staff, support staff, extended staff, for all of us to take a deep breath. The SEC season is grueling. It's long. It's a long, long season, and these guys will all get away from it for a couple days, and we'll get back and start gearing up for Ryder.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and your family and the staff and the team and everybody else. Hope the
Likewise,
next few days
guys.
are great for you, and we'll regroup and see you next week, as you said, as we get ready for Ryder next Wednesday.
We will look forward to it. Happy holidays to you guys and everyone out there listening.
All right.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs, guys.
Dogs, a winner today, 72-65 over Chattanooga. We'll continue with more of the region's locker room reports. We'll run through the final numbers and get you on with your business here on the last Wednesday before Christmas. And Georgia fans, don't forget you can get your Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card by visiting regions.com.
Easy for
Stop
you to
laughing
say.
at me. Regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. And it's been a slobber knocker for us today as well. So we'll continue with more right after this. Dogs a winner today by 7 over Chattanooga, 72-65. More in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em! Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Georgia winner today over Chattanooga, and let's get to the final numbers from this Georgia victory. Brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. And for a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Dogs ended the game at 45% with their field goal percentage, 38% for Chattanooga. The Dogs hit 23 of 51. The Mocs were 21 of 55, most of those three-point variety. They were 14 of 39 on threes, 36%. And Georgia was 6 of 19 on threes. The Dogs had the advantage at the foul line, however. 20 of 25 from the free throw line. Chattanooga 9 of 15. The rebounding totals +3 for the Dogs. Georgia out-rebounded Chattanooga 35 to 32. Individually for the Dogs, Cario Oquendo led the way with 22 points. And there were 3 other players in double figures. Terry Roberts with 14, Braylon Bridges with 12, Jalen Ingram with 10 points. The leading rebounder for Georgia was M.A. Moncrief. He had 7. Justin Hill had 5 rebounds. Didn't score today, was 0 for 5 from the field, but had 5 rebounds in the contest. Terry Roberts, the top assist guy, with 6. The leading scorer for Chattanooga was Jamal Johnson, the 6'4 guard from Birmingham. He had 23, had an outstanding day shooting the 3, 6 of 10 from long range, finished 7 of 12 in the game, and again, 23 points. The 7-footer, Jake Stevens, finished with 10 points today, 8 rebounds. He had 4 assists. He was 3 of 9 from the field and 2 of 7 on threes. And He was shooting at a 48% clip on the 3-ball coming into today's game, so the Dogs did pretty well on him. Next up for Georgia, it'll be next Wednesday, December 28th. Week from today, we'll be at 7 p.m. back in our usual time slot for Bulldogs basketball when the Rider University Broncs come to town out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. They'll be here in Athens next Wednesday night. Don't forget Bulldogs Live with Coach Mike White in its normal slot Monday night at 8:06. So join us for that. Until then, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. For Chuck Dowdle, for our producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, I'm Scott Howard. Luke Nadkarni is standing by to take us home. He's in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's coming up next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Merry Christmas and go Dogs.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Georgia can take home another national championship title. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in Athens, get the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Tap to Pay contactless card technology and Lock-It card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit Regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont. Real change lives here.
'Twas right before the holidays and down BMW Road, not a driver was stressed, only good vibes flowed. Could it be because one sat in his BMW's plush leather seats or drove hundreds of miles without a slip in the sleet? Another drove far and yet was not stressed since she was cruising with intelligent GPS.
I've started guidance.
This holiday season, take on the ultimate drive when you buy a BMW 5 Series X7 or X5.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
Dogs get it done against Chattanooga, erasing a halftime deficit and winning 72-65 over the Mocs at Stegman Coliseum. Luke Nadkarni back with you from the Piedmont Healthcare Studios on the Regions Bank Locker Room Report. And we'll take a look now at the SEC scoreboard, or more accurately, the schedule, as the next game tips off in about half an hour, 6 o'clock, between number 8 Tennessee and in-state foe Austin Peay. The Vols look to remain unbeaten at home this year and look for their 10th win of the season. Tipping at 7 o'clock, it's number 19 Kentucky looking to bounce back from that loss to UCLA at Madison Square Garden on Saturday. They welcome Florida A&M to Rupp Arena. The Dogs beat the Rattlers a couple weeks ago in Athens. 8 o'clock tip between LSU and East Tennessee State down on the Bayou. LSU looking to remain unbeaten at the PMAC this season. And the 9 o'clock hour features two ranked SEC teams. Number 10 Arkansas at Budwalt Arena, looking for win number 8 in a row. They're taking on UNC Asheville. Meanwhile, number 23 Auburn is way out west in Seattle. They are on the road at Washington. Most important score as far as we're concerned, Georgia 72, Chattanooga 65. We'll take a timeout and wrap this one up on the other side. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get it out. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. You know me, I'm a huge football fan, but it can be stressful for us super fans. So Progressive is going to help take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how your team threw the wrong ball on the wrong net, just think about how Home Court Explorer lets you easily compare our direct rates with multiple companies. Well, hope this distraction about Progressive's Home Court Explorer was helpful. It sure helped me from stressing about my team for a bit. Anyway, go Sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Georgia takes down Chattanooga 72-65, and the Dogs will have a Merry Christmas as the next game comes 1 week from today. That'll be back as an evening tip-off, 7 o'clock from Stegman Coliseum, as the Rider Broncs out of Mercer County, New Jersey, come to Stegman and will take on the Dogs, as Georgia will look to remain undefeated at home at the Steg. 72-65 the final. Dogs take down Chattanooga, and that'll be our next game broadcast, I should say, on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network on Monday the 26th from 8:06 to 10. You can hear Bulldogs Live with head coach Mike White one-on-one with Scott Howard. One more time, our final score: Georgia 72, Chattanooga 65. For Scott, Chuck, and Adam, my name is Luke Nadcarney. This has been the Regions Bank post-game report on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.